Well, I don't know how this is working, but because I lost my internet access just like 2 minutes ago, so I'm running this off my phone. So if you're Gary Sinclair or Steve or somebody, you need to get in here as soon as possible so I can hand it off, and when it clears, I'll take it back. Pretty tough running all this nonsense. Oh, we got another one. I hope it's coming through. I've had 2 days of relaxation. I didn't do anything yesterday and really didn't do much today. And I thought there was more than this. What? Oh, there is four. Okay. We need to put this stuff in a plastic container. Hmm. There's no dividers in this. Damn. Yeah. All this crap on the floor. Got a bag of goodies here.
Hey, I'm here.
Okay, Gary, let me turn this over to you because I'm having internet problems.
Okay.
Come on now. All right, so make host. Okay, so in case it drops, it won't drop the stream.
Okay, that's good.
Is my picture clear?
Yeah,
I'm
you
running
look good.
I'm running it off my phone. So I don't know. Got a bunch of little trinkets at the Nats, Tom Morris. Stuff that stuff that nobody wanted.
Hmm.
Stuff that nobody wanted that is, I put in a donation into the tip jar, but this is expensive stuff. I guess nobody knew what it was. A bag of nuts and bolts.
They're always handy.
Yeah, especially with
Yeah.
what these are. Yes, indeed. Had a good time at the Nats, but it just about beat the crap out of me.
Yeah, because you're not out in that sun very much. So you get hit that for a week. It looks like they had a pretty good match this year, though.
Yeah. Anybody heard anything? What Okie Air is doing? Is Russell still around or not?
I don't know. I sure like that video there, Bill.
I got 13 more of them.
I watched that twice. I like that.
You are a member, correct?
Yeah,
I know you're a
yeah,
moderator, but
yeah.
the
Yeah,
members only are going to be able to see the next 13. I've got to do something to entice some membership. And it's interviews with different guys, Frank Williams and Bob Hunt can tell you more about it. They're his videos.
yeah.
Billy sure finishes nice though.
Yeah. He sure does have the planes, about like you, aren't they?
Well,
Building planes.
he keeps all his. I don't keep all mine. Yep. I guess people don't see value in all this stuff. I mean, yeah, it's a big pile of crap, is what it looks like, but that's good stuff. Washers and nuts and screws and shit.
Yeah. And kind of sorting them out in different sizes and stuff, or
Just different things. Like
different
this, this,
bolts.
this right here is a compartment of T-nuts for elevator sliders. And I don't use that style anymore, but you never know, I might want to.
Yeah.
Got one motor pad.
Hmm.
But I got some other phenolic motor pads here. Put them in here. I got enough stuff to keep me going for a little while. And I got Danny horns, but I also got Tom Morris horns now. Bell crank bushing. Come on, guys, come on in and talk to us.
Suppose most of the control line guys are already gone, haven't they?
What's that?
The control line guys have already gone for
The only
for
ones
Muncie.
the only ones that were left were scale guys. The scale crew flew after we did.
Did you watch a little bit before you left?
No,
No, you came on home.
I was tired.
There's Steve.
Hello.
Hello.
Hey, you got to change the view, or is that me? Go up to the top, view, speaker. Is it changing back and forth? Gallery. Let's put it on gallery. There we are.
There
You
you
go
go.
flying today, Steve?
I did.
How'd you do?
Brought home a whole airplane.
Well, you're
Oh,
a
that's
winner.
good. Yeah. What kind of score did you get?
I don't know, 400 and something.
Did you?
Well, I just dug your flaps out of the trailer. I'm gonna start working on that here.
All right.
I'm trying to get sorted out, cleaned up. I mean, this place is a total wreck.
Yeah.
Well, did you get any feedback from anybody at the Nets?
No, not really. I mean, what do you mean?
You know,
About
did they have
judging?
good? Did they have a good time? They got any complaints?
No, no, haven't heard any complaints.
Bob Hunt said it went smooth, he thought.
Yeah. I like the post you did from Bob Hunt's videos.
Yeah, that was good. I had watched that twice at Dope's Parking. Yeah. I like that.
Yeah, I turned it into a short too.
Oh, okay.
Try to get some more viewers. Yeah, we got to thank Bob Hunt for that. I even got a couple. I even got a couple pilots out of that Tom Morris stuff.
Pilots?
Yeah, 3 pilots,
Oh, wow.
4 pilots.
4 miles. They had their schooling and everything.
Yeah.
I don't know. Can't get this shit no more.
Yeah.
Yeah, we had one morning. The pilots needed instrument fright rule. It was so foggy,
Yeah.
couldn't see the other side of the.
That's what they said. Yeah.
Yeah, man.
That's pretty foggy, isn't it? You
Yeah,
can't see
couldn't
50
see the
foot.
other side of the circle. We had to delay the start by half an hour.
You're socked in, were you?
I got a question for you, Steve.
Hopefully I got an answer.
Oh, you will. On Final 5 day, I was scoring, I think the lowest score I gave was a 34, but my average score was 35, 36, 37, and 38. Does that sound right?
Yeah, that's about right. I think I had a couple of 30s, nothing below 30.
I didn't.
But
34 was
maybe one maneuver from one guy was a 28, but I can't remember who or what maneuver, but it wasn't good.
probably the one I scored a 34 on.
Maybe.
But I also gave 3 39s.
Yeah, I think I gave a 40 somewhere along the line there.
Well, I'll tell you what, that kid, Mike,
Mike
the outlaw,
Alamov?
yeah, if he'd have made his, if he'd have got his intersection right, he'd have got a 40 for that reverse wing over.
Oh, yeah. He missed
But
that by a mile, though.
yeah, but he blew it.
Yep,
Yeah.
coming back around. He pulled up too soon. Way
20
too.
foot. 20
Yeah.
foot. If he had been within 5 foot, he'd have got a good score, but it was 20 foot off.
Mm-hmm.
But Gary, I got to tell you, it was the best turn of the meet. I never saw an airplane turn like that. It came right down to 5 foot and went just like
Yeah.
that.
Rusty's hits that a lot.
No, not like that one turn. his turns look like FAI turns, the airplane shutters as it goes around the corner. That Almoff boy went boom, bang, just like that. Unreal. But he missed the intersection,
Yeah.
Coming back, yeah.
which is too bad. Howard Rush sent me my reel. It was waiting for me when I got home.
Oh,
Oh,
cool.
That's nice, isn't it? Yeah.
This is the
Ah.
nicest reel going.
Yeah. Let's see. We got some comments here. Robert Wiley says, sounds good, Sparky. I'm not sure what you were saying at that point.
I don't have internet. I mean, I'm streaming off my phone.
Oh. Roy Lane says, like given, and Oki's website's not up now. Just looked at it this weekend. Yeah, it hadn't been up for weeks. He's I don't know. Supposedly he sold it to somebody else, but I don't know what's going on. Bill Bailey, how come you're not on? Bill says, easy, Steve. Just because we know what it's supposed to look like doesn't mean we can do it to perfection. That's for sure. And he says, like provided.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's what's frustrating for me. I know what it's supposed to look like, and I can't make it do that.
Yeah. But if you see one that do it, then you think, see, it can be done. But I know when you're in the competition part, it's easy to,
Yeah.
I think the biggest
Hmm.
problem that goes on with these guys is the rounds.
Yep.
They even the top guys, they're eggs and footballs and kumquats.
yeah. Yeah,
Yeah,
they might
there's
looks like have three good ones, and then the ones up at the top there kind of rounded just a little bit.
There's a lot of them,
They're-
especially on the bottoms. They almost come to a point.
They go like this.
They're round on the top, but they're flying to a
Oh,
point at the bottom, and they boom, boom.
oh,
That's because they're flying along and they pull up like into a square to do a
Almost.
round. You can't do that.
oh,
No.
okay, yeah, for the rounds, yeah.
Jose Manuel Media says, good evening, guys. Like provided.
The release of the next video in the series, which is now, these are all videos that are going up on the site. There's lots of them. Will probably be volume 1, number 2, because volume 1, number 1 doesn't work. There's nothing on the disc. So volume 1, number 2, and I'm not sure who is on that.
And there's Joe.
Hello, Joe.
There's Joe.
Yeah,
Mr. iPad.
Mr.
yeah.
iPad.
Well, did you win scale?
I got one team scale
All right.
with the big Connie. The DC-4, I never got an engine run. I had an engine die every flight.
Who
We
won?
started
Peter
in
Bauer?
Huh?
Who won? Peter Bauer?
I don't know who won. No, Peter didn't even fly in scale. He was saving this. He did F4B after it's over. I won team. Keith won authentic. Keith won authentic. I thought he won half A.
And he won half A, yes.
And I don't know who won authentic. I imagine it was Mike McHenry. I don't know for sure.
Hey, Joe, I got one too.
Isn't that nice?
I really like this.
It's really nice, isn't it?
Really nice.
Really nice. I agree with you. Really nice is right.
He could sell these.
Those are awesome, I think.
Yeah. Hello, Carl.
Hey, how are you?
We're good.
Good.
How are you doing?
Oh, just hanging in there like everybody else.
Yeah.
I'm going to
Like-
check my other internet connection. You're still in control, right, Gary?
Yeah, I guess I'm still here. So
Here comes Howard. Before I do that, I'll thank Howard.
Okay.
Howard's thinking.
Mm-hmm.
There we
There
go.
he
he's
comes.
trying
There
to-
he is.
Trying to sign in.
Hello, Howard.
Hi, Joe.
We missed you.
Yeah, we did.
Yeah, sounds like a good one.
Thank you
Is
very
it-
much, Howard. I got home to a surprise. I got the reel. I thought I was going to see you there.
Well, that's better.
These things are nice, boy. Really nice.
They are
I
first
forgot to,
class.
yeah, I forgot to put the hole in mine that put the lines through, so I had to freehand it.
Oh
Oh, my.
Mm.
You got to go into business and sell them things.
I don't think so.
How long do they take to print up?
Oh, 3 hours, I think.
Hmm.
I forgot.
Can you set it up and just walk away and it prints till it gets done?
Yeah. No, I gotta change colors.
Change colors some way, point down to
Yeah,
it.
then I got to put on the other parts. There's one of the parts or some of the parts change colors and the others don't. So
So you gotta
there's
make
mo-
those little spikes sticking up too. With the
Huh.
extra fuel line on it.
oh,
How many
that's
how
part of
many
the deal.
parts are in there?
One.
I don't know, 4, I think.
4?
No. Well, you got the crank has got 1, 2, 3. 3 on the
Oh,
crank.
oh yeah, there's extra. The crank, the long part of the crank and the main part are printed in one print. It's you can do stuff like that. You can
Huh.
print an axle and something together.
Really?
Hmm.
So the part that twists on it is printed at the same time?
Well, yeah, the long shaft and the crank are the flat part are printed at the same time.
Okay.
Let me ask you this, Howard. I have seen it on YouTube where they're printing a crescent wrench,
Oh
Okay.
yeah,
3 parts, but it's printed all in one. Can you do that?
yeah, that's the same deal.
I mean, a crescent wrench with a screw and all that, and it's
Yeah.
movable.
Yeah,
That is so cool.
yeah.
Hmm.
I haven't
Amazing.
I haven't done it because I already have English and metric crescent wrenches.
Yeah, but you don't have a plastic crescent wrench.
No, I don't think it worked that well. It'd be
No,
all right for some
It
stuff.
would for something you don't want to mar up.
Yeah,
A metric crescent wrench?
yeah,
Wait a minute.
yeah. I posted that on Stunt Hangar. I was so impressed by that. I have a 6-inch one, and then at a garage sale thing, I got a 150 millimeter one.
Oh, now I get it.
I got plastic hammers and plastic screwdrivers. Might as well have a plastic crescent wrench.
Oh,
might
man.
as well, yeah.
I got plastic pliers.
You went away for a minute there, Carl. What happened?
Oh, I just had
Hi,
to delete the video just for a few seconds and come back on. No big
Oh,
deal.
okay.
Yeah, pretty
Joe,
nice.
what happened during that last
The
was
prop
it?
broke loose, came
Oh,
loose, and I
yeah.
tightened it. So I put back the pits and tightened it again, and it popped off. I'm not sure. I looked at that today, and what I thought had happened didn't happen. I don't know.
Oh, I thought
did.
maybe the crankshaft broke.
No, it's got a prop extension, and the prop that
Ah.
goes through that. And I thought it was bottoming out, but I think when I tightened that up, that instead of going inside the extension, I think I hit on it, and it
Uh-huh.
didn't sink in tight. So I had it metal on metal, and it popped. It just jumped in that notch. I cut that
Uh-huh.
booger off and put me a spacer in the extension where it doesn't have to reach in there anymore.
Oh, okay.
That was a crying shame, Stephen.
It was. I was not happy.
It's all my fault. There wasn't
I
nothing you
felt
could do
bad
about it.
about that.
I
Those scores you could have made the top 20. or top 10.
I'd have probably been the top 10, a good shot at it. If Howard had been there, he'd have kicked me out. But you
I
know,
hope so.
Uh-huh.
A sabotage the
tropics-
prop drive thing for nothing.
yes.
On these prop drives, Joe, use a sandpaper washer on both sides.
There is sandpaper on it. I've done that.
What grit?
Oh, I think it's 220.
I use 80 grit.
Do you
Oh
really?
my God.
Yep.
Rocks.
Rocks.
Well,
I think Bob's
fixed
got, I think Bob's got some 40 grit at this place.
36.
36, that's it.
I'd like to
That's
have
rocks.
some 24, to be honest with you.
Woo.
You can go just scrape the boss hood off like cheese grater.
Yeah. Hello, Bob Hunt. Long time no see.
Yeah, hey Steve, how you doing, guy?
I'm doing great.
There's Joe,
Well
and
recovered.
Jerry,
Hello.
and there's Howard, and there's Carl, and there's Bob.
Yeah, we got a
Bob.
group. Yeah, that McAllister's Deli was pretty darn good.
I told you.
Yeah, it's pretty good.
And you got a free cookie if you picked up that piece of paper. at the-
Yeah. We got a free, I got a free cookie.
I didn't have mine because I'm on the cusp of type 2 diabetes, so I got to watch my sugar intake. I
Mm,
offered my cookie, my free cookie thing to Steve, but he said he was good with just one.
Yeah, that was enough because I'm a little close to that too, Bob.
All of us.
Should have
Keep
took that
an eye
free
on that
cookie and
egg.
went to the frozen boulder and had cookies and ice cream.
Yeah, it's a hidden gem, I'll tell you. It's in there behind the hotels. There's a mini golf course and a batting cage. It's all hiding back there.
I've been there to that one now that you mentioned. I didn't know which one you meant, but there's even a better one in town, and it's not Catmac Station or the Chocolate Mousse. It's northwest of McGalliard, about 4 or 5 miles. It's called Ivanhoe's.
Ah, I
And it's-
discovered that one.
It's Alan Goff, who lives there. He took me up there. We went on a motorcycle trip. He has a friend who has a bunch of motorcycles. So one night I took one of the Gold Wings, and he and I went out for a ride, and we stopped at Ivanhoe's. It was incredible. They got like 800 different varieties of things,
Hmm. I'll have to look that one up next
Yeah.
year.
Yeah.
Bit of a hike.
Did you know the Winchester Speedway is about 13 miles east of Muncie?
Mm-hmm.
It's a racetrack. I think it's built 1915.
Wow.
Winchester
Is it
Speedway.
made of wood?
No, it was dirt, but now it's bank. Now I guess, Robert, I think it's 33 degrees. We walked down the outside, and I was going to walk down it to get to the bottom. It took about 2 steps. I said, whoa. I'm not, if I go down there, I won't never get back up. It was steep.
Well, Bob knows they used to run board tracks made of wood. You knew that, right? Didn't you,
Me?
Joe?
Oh,
No,
sure.
I didn't know they had wooden racetracks.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Race motorcycles on wood.
Well, I've seen the barrels out of wood that they run the motorcycles sideways in.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, the most famous of them was the Wood Brothers.
I tell you what, if you ever fell off the bike at going whatever how fast they go, there'd be some splinters for you.
Oh, son, it'd be like sandpaper.
You don't get road rash, you get splinters.
Yeah.
I think they gave board track racing up in the late 30s, maybe early 40s.
That's funny. How'd you like the Nationals, Howard? I didn't get a chance to watch it fly much.
It was pretty calm.
No pressure.
No
Oh.
pressure. Yeah. I flew some, but
He flew some 600s at home.
well, no, I didn't. I'm glad nobody was watching my flying.
Well, we coached you up. We had you all ready, and then you didn't show up.
Well, I didn't want people feeling sorry for me.
Well, you didn't want to beat up on everybody. You were flying so good.
No, just watching me flying. So, yeah, he used to fly some pretty good stunt. I don't know what happened. I'd say.
That was a nice dance.
Yeah.
It looked like it went off without a hitch, even with all the people who at the last minute had to pull out for health reasons. John Paris stepped in, and Frank Williams, and with appearance points, Bobby couldn't make it, so Paul Walker and Keith Trossel stepped in. We did it together, and it seemed like it went off without a hitch.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think so.
It was good. Steve did a great job as the head judge.
Thank you. Phil Bailey says, would like to join you, but I have to be up at 3 a.m. to make it to the airport for the trip to Alaska.
There you go.
All right.
Good night, Phil.
Just don't go to
good
bed.
night. Better go to bed soon.
I told him to stop by, maybe on the way home.
Yeah, maybe
there you go.
We're on the way to Alaska. Our house is on the way to Alaska.
I tell you what, after going to that Nats, I came home and I just dumped $800 on 4 new Jetty Spin 44s for the twins and a bunch of Igor's timers. That new timer is unbelievable. The kick in the corner thing, wow, the way it shuts down and then comes through and kicks in the corner to pull it through, unbelievable.
I haven't mastered that yet.
Wow, I mean, Orestes had it down to a science.
Oh.
Yeah, you could hear it.
Yeah.
Mm.
Yeah, I can hear mine. It scares me, and I mess up my bottom because I get scared.
Just put earplugs in.
Well, I could do that.
Earplugs in an electric airplane.
Alan Ressiger got new hearing aids, and they have some feature in them that if there's a loud sound or for a while, it tunes it out. And so he was flying stunt, and he thought something kept going wrong with his motor, because about halfway through the flight, the sound had changed. They finally figured it out.
Man.
His buddy Chris did good. He was on the front row at appearance.
Oh, yeah. Well, we expect that.
Yeah.
We're talking about planked wood tracks. Bill Bailey says Indianapolis started as a planked track.
Oh, that's why they call it the Brickyard.
1911.
I think that came after.
Oh, okay.
I think the Indy was 1911. I think that Winchester, I believe, was 1915, but I could be wrong. They're both real early tracks.
Wow. Well, I found out one thing, that the best paved road in Muncie is the L-Pad.
No doubt.
Yeah.
They're redoing parts of McGallagher.
Since we've been going there since '96, when AMA that they haven't approved McGallagher or any of the roads at all.
I don't know why you go to college here. Your cars wore out in 4 years.
Really?
Super rough.
Yeah. Yeah, especially from the railroad tracks until you get to the highway.
What's that angle road we were on that goes along by the river? We saw the deer. There's so many angled roads. Nothing's square in Muncie. Everything's at an angle.
Yeah, it's all set up weird.
Well, getting into that place where you were staying was like going into a war zone.
Oh, we had John and Cha-Cha. Nobody's going to mess with us.
Well, nobody's going to mess with Cha-Cha. He's a black belt in jiu-jitsu.
He's an amazing guy.
I felt very safe driving out with him.
I hope he comes on. I hope he got back to Trinidad okay.
He says he's coming back next year.
He's a nice young man. We had a good time with him.
He's a fixture now. He'll be here every year.
He says he wants to bring a couple of his friends too.
Cool.
Yeah. He did pretty good on his first Nats judging as well. He was right in there.
He's a good guy. I like him.
Very nice young man. I tell people, remember that movie that had the Crocodile Dundee And the little guy said, "Aren't you scared, Bear?" I said, "No, I got a donk." And what's a donk? Well, we had John and Cha-Cha. We weren't scared.
Exactly. I was afraid something was going to get ripped off out of my truck. So,
I think it's just poor people. They just poor people.
Wasn't a good area, huh?
well, it was all blocked off. You couldn't even get in there without going around barricades and things where you weren't supposed to go. And down
Oh,
backyards and back paths and alleyways. And I understand the house was pretty nice inside, though.
It's very nice inside it. Oh, I'd call it a Victorian home, Colleen. What'd you think?
Yeah, probably.
Probably Victorian type home.
Yeah.
Nice woodwork. It was fine. We would rent it again just because it was handy, you know.
I stayed with Alan over there at the campground, and that was good. I like that campground. It's
The
fun.
campground would be great because you're right there, man.
Yep.
yeah. Yeah.
And you can go back to the trailer if you're flying and you get hot. You go back to an air-conditioned trailer. You can charge your batteries. Use the facilities that are nice and clean, and take a little rest and be back on the site in 2 minutes.
It's
Yeah.
wonderful.
Yeah. I stayed there a couple of years when I had a trailer.
Yeah, it was. I've been there the last 3 years at the with Joel Costantino, and last year Rick Campbell.
I bet Rick might be there next year. I hope he does. He's another good one.
Yeah, he didn't get an airplane finished, unfortunately, and he didn't want to repair the duct tape special after we got done putting it all back together. So he's working on a Saturn, so hopefully we'll have it together.
Oh, that'd be nice.
Yeah.
You doing it gas or electric?
Oh, electric.
Nice. Oh, Stuart,
Hello.
Hello, Stuart.
you must be
Yes.
in the shop
Hi, Stuart.
tonight.
What's that?
Yeah.
Looks like Stuart's in the shop tonight.
Yep. I gotta do a little
Alright.
job. Got a question. On tongue muffler like this, to put the nipple for the back pressure, it's usually on this back side you put it, right?
Yeah.
And you put it closer to where the
I don't think it makes a whole lot
farther
of
away
difference.
from the holes.
Doesn't make any difference.
Doesn't matter? Okay. All right.
What kind of motor are you putting that on?
It's LA 25.
Okay. Because we used to use those a lot on the Aero Tiger 36s, the little chip mufflers. But the thing is, you had to thread the holes for 440 pressure plugs, and you would fill up most of the holes. The thing would only run really, really well with a lot of back pressure, and it still had tons of power. But it had very good characteristics when you filled up like more than half of the holes, and you could tune it by taking the pressure plug out or putting one in. And if you ever saw the ones that Billy Wareridge or Bobby McDonald or I used, it looked like there was almost no outlet holes.
There's mine, Stuart.
Huh?
So do you have any of the holes blocked off on the other side?
Turn it around.
Yeah, they're all open.
Yeah, yours are triple row, mine are double.
Yeah, well, this is for Super Tiger 60. I need lots of air,
That's
lots
open.
of volume.
Yeah.
Different
This
motors
color,
require
I'll
different.
try it this way, and then if it doesn't seem to run right, I may have to block them off like you're saying there, Bob.
It's easy to run a
See where my
full
pressure
tap
fitting
through.
is, though? It's right in the center.
Yep.
Yeah, I see.
Yeah, fine.
Yep. Okay.
So you
Drill and tap it.
actually tap those little holes on the other side and put
Yes, I do.
little short bolts in there?
I do.
I tap them out. I drill them or the 42 drill, and then tap a 440 and put 440 pressure plugs in there.
42.
42 is a 440 tap drill.
Yeah, I've got
He's 42.
32. Does the hole diameter matter? Like how big the hole?
Yes.
Would that be okay for this, you think? It's a 832.
I don't think it makes
That's the
any
spread.
difference.
What's the hole size?
He just got it's a bigger tap. It's 832 tap instead of a 440 tap.
Well, it
Oh,
depends. What size is your spigot? Is that what you're talking about? Putting the
Yeah,
pressure
the
fitting in?
diameter of the hole for the.
He's got a huge hole for the
Looks
pressure
pretty
for his tank.
ah.
I don't know if that makes a whole lot of difference.
The
That's a
only
good
thing that
question.
makes a difference is if you're running a lot and all of a sudden you can't get a good run. Clean that out. Sometimes they get clogged up.
Oh,
I don't
yeah.
think that was gonna get clogged up.
I ran into a problem with something like that once.
If
You don't
that
have
one gets clogged up, there's something else gonna be wrong.
You don't have one that's
Hey,
a
that-
632 or a 440?
This says 832.
That's too big.
Is it?
I think so.
Pretty big.
632 is what you want. That's what it's in this. Let's see. No, this one's a
Oh,
440.
I got a 632 too. This
Put that
one
in.
Yeah, put
says drill and tap for a 632 thread.
there
Yes.
you go.
This one's a lot smaller though. That's
Right.
why.
That's the one I'd put in it. It don't take a whole lot of pressure. That's it.
No.
Okay.
How
And
much difference does that make, Howard, if you got a 632 or 832 and the engine's running 9,000 RPM with the same pressure in the muffler? How can that change that much?
I wouldn't think it would.
I don't think it can change any.
okay.
They're both big holes.
People used to solder them and drill tinier holes in them.
Oh, yeah. I broke a lot of drills drilling solder in those things.
What you're saying, use a smaller diameter, inside diameter compared to this.
That don't worry about it.
Don't worry
That's
about it. It
That
won't,
632 will work.
it
And
won't
if you-
matter.
If you don't have a tap, you can use the 632 screw and you slot it up from the bottom towards the top to make it look like a tap, and it'll tap that muffler real easy.
What's the 632 tap? Is that a 35 drill?
I'd have to Google it. I don't remember.
Here's my Googler right here.
My machine
There's number
shut me.
36 drill to tap for a 632.
There you go. It's number 36.
So when
630.
they say 36, is that 36 100s?
The number 36.
Number 36 bit's what it is.
Okay, I don't know
In
if I got
a
that.
number set.
All right, well, I'll figure it out. One
Yeah.
way or-
It's 937,000. Oh, that's 332. 632. Shit, I don't even have it on here.
It's not super critical. If it's a little oversized, put a drop of JB Weld on as you put it in.
I would put a drop of JB Weld on it anyway. That's what I do because
Yeah, I did it on my other one I did once.
There's not a
Okay.
tremendous. The pressure on that's tenths of ounces. It's not very much.
right, but
Yeah.
they tend to vibrate loose and fall out.
The vibration's more effective. Yeah, I agree.
Okay. Thank you.
But it's amazing how engines respond. Some engines, I don't know about all of them, but some engines respond to different back pressures in the muffler. And again, with those, it's real easy if you can get your tap size that's convenient, 440 or 632, and put in pressure plugs and experiment with to see what makes the engine runs best. You know, you want a little more power, you take a couple out. You want a more steady run, you put a couple more in. The Aero Tiger responded amazingly well to putting in quite a few of those pressure plugs.
When you say pressure plug, Bob, are you talking one to fill each hole?
Yeah, like
Yes.
like a set screw.
Oh,
A
it's like
440, a
okay.
440 short, 440 tap to work perfect.
Oh, for a set, it's basically a set screw you're using.
Yeah, it's a set screw, pressure plug or a set screw. You know.
Yeah.
What can't get out can't get in, so it tames the engine. You can have a Venturi that big around and no exhaust, and it can't get out. Well, it can't suck it in. It can't. If it
Yeah.
can't breathe out, it can't breathe in.
And that's why we can get those things to 2.4 really well and still have they have plenty of power. But they have great characteristics, and you can adjust it finitely with those little pressure plugs. You know, Billy ran I think he only had like 3 holes open.
That's amazing.
Yeah, it really is. Because they would run away if you had them all open. You just couldn't tame that engine.
Or,
Okay.
I don't know about the other engines, but
who's going to be the CD of the team trials, you know?
CD of the team trials. That's a good question.
I do not know.
Okay.
I know that Dennis Nunes is going
We'll find him.
to be the event director, I guess.
You won't have far to
You
go
probably will
though.
be the event director.
Yeah.
I'd asked Colleen, I went into AIM at headquarters on Monday morning to get an appointment for Mark Weiss to go talk to her in the afternoon because he was judging in the morning. And I explained to her the situation, that we need to get this going quick. We need to replace 2 of the members because they're no longer flying or even in the hobby. I told her I would be the interim, I would volunteer to be the interim chairman. I don't want to do it full time, but to get this one kicked off and going. And she said, that's fine. But when Mark went back in the afternoon and had the meeting with her, she said that she didn't want an interim chairman. She wanted a full-time chairman. So Tommy Fluker volunteered to do that.
Excellent.
Yeah,
Mark's
he's
coming
newcomer
in.
and
Mark's coming into the coming into the meeting. He can
Reading. Mhm.
he can sell it. There he is.
There you
Hello,
are.
Mark.
Hi, guys.
he looks
Nice.
tired.
We were
He's still
just talking
tired.
about the team trials. Maybe you can shed some light.
Well, I think, well, I had a meeting with Colleen Pierce, and this was after Bob and I had spent some time together talking about this issue, and Bob had volunteered to be the interim chairman. When I met with Colleen, she said that we have an issue in that emails weren't responded to, and the team trials committee, the team trials committee,
Team selection committee.
thank you, is inactive. So I said, okay, what do I got to do to get it active? And we spoke about that. She gave me I guess it's called the Blue Book,
Okay.
a pamphlet about team trials. And we went over the roster, and she took notes of the 3 people who were on the committee who are going to come off, and 3 people who, because they're inactive, and then 3 people who are going to replace them. So she took that. I'm sending her tonight the formal request. And what she does from here is, she said she would expedite notifications to the district directors of the 3 districts where the 3 people who are coming off reside, to get their permission, to get the district directors okay. I think that's just a formality.
Mm-hmm.
I think when I was coming on, I think I heard Bob say that we do have someone who volunteered to be the chairman, and a good guy. So I'm just helping, as Bob was, this effort to get it going so that we have a place. The place is going to be where they're flying the Golden State Championship this year down in Sacramento. Fortunately, Dennis Nunes, who was in Muncie at the time, agreed to that because that's his field. It looks like, I don't have a calendar in front of me. I think the 10th and 11th are the days for the Golden State contest in October.
Yeah, that sounds right.
And then the next day would be the team trials. So
that'll be a humdinger of a contest. It is anyhow.
So I think all that's going to work fine. Randy's resignation was made known to her. She didn't take it off the list for whatever reason. I'm not sure if Randy contacted everyone else on the committee to let them know, but I think that transition is what caused this problem. from what I can see, no one really picked up the ball rolling down the street. You
But
know,
it's water over the dam now. The important thing is to move forward.
Yeah.
And we got new team selection committee members for those districts that are, where the members were inactive. We got a new chairman who volunteered to do the job, got a place to do it, and got it rolling.
Yeah, do you know who's going to be the CD? Did I ask you that already? I asked Bob that already.
The CD, Mark?
I'm sorry?
Who's going to be the CD? Will that be Dennis?
Yes.
Oh, okay.
As far as I know, it is.
And it's about time the people in the West and Northwest had a team selection. They've been traveling, days and days and days to go to team selection for years and years and years. And it's time they had one in their backyard.
I enjoyed the trip.
Yeah. So, Stephen, I think it's all in good shape.
Except for not having a CD. I'll ask Dennis. We thought Jim Aaron was going to be the CD. I told him, and he said he didn't plan to be in the country then. Well, yeah, he might be in Australia.
Yeah, I did mention to Colleen that maybe this should be under Pampa, and she wasn't keen on that for something to do with some AMA regulation, whatever.
Yeah.
It is. I said, that's fine. We just need to make sure the committee needs to make sure the committee stays active. It's not my role. And it wasn't Bob's role. We're just trying to get it going. And the place to do that was at Muncie.
Sure.
So I think we're fine on that.
Yep.
Thanks for the update, Mark.
No problem, Steve. Steve, you did a great job last week.
Thank you.
I agree.
Tom Fluker is a great choice for
I
chairman
agree.
of that committee.
I agree. He's well aware of that stuff. He's been in the FAI world for a long, long time.
Yes, he has. He's a world combat champion at 18.
That's right. Multi-time speed
Multi-time team racer.
multi-time.
Yeah.
He's traveled the world.
One thing I just want to add, and then I'll shut up, is in my Vietnam tour, one of the things that we did every evening that we were back in base camp was we did something called lessons learned. And we did it that night. You come off the road, you grab some dinner, and you go over to the colonel's bunker, and you talk about your day with other company commanders. And it keeps things fresh. And so with that in mind, Thursday night, I'm having a Zoom meeting. Steve will be on it. I haven't told you it's Thursday yet, Steve, but it is.
Okay, that's fine.
He'll be on it. John Parrish will be on it. Who else will be on it? Frank will be on it. I think I want to get Colleen will be on it because of all the work she does with the tabulators. And Vince Bodie, I want him on that because that's a big event, and that's an event that I'm not thrilled with the way it's running. I'm having problems justifying in my mind that people coming a great distance are only being guaranteed one flight. And the reason for that is that the schedule was changed. Actually, it was changed by me to make the well, I don't know if it was changed by me or not. We have to get to the 180 building and go through all that, the pilots meeting. And so that puts a time limit on all those events. And considering how many people enter, I'm uncomfortable with it. I think we need to make a change there.
Get our day back.
I'm sorry.
Are you talking about the Nats?
Yeah.
Yes.
You're guaranteed 4 flights. Can I be in it?
No, you're talking about classic and nostalgia.
Classic.
Oh, classic.
Old
Okay.
time and N30.
Yeah, I'm sorry.
I don't care
was
about that.
really thinking about what Vince does, and it's not about Vince. It's really about the schedule.
Right.
You get our day back.
You know, not for nothing, but we finished up there. You know, we had 17 entrants in Classic, and I think that was the most, if I'm not mistaken, of any of the three events. Old Time may have had something close to that. I don't think Nostalgia had all that many.
It
And
had 16.
we were done. We were done with the top 10 on the second round, with plenty of time to fly 7 more flights.
That was I liked that format. I was unaware until it actually happened, though. I didn't know that was what was going to happen, and I was judging. I don't know where that came up, but I thought that was maybe I'm wrong, but I thought it was done at the time to shorten the event.
That's exactly what it was done for. To get you at the 180 building by 3 o'clock.
Okay.
Well, we were done by what, 1:30?
1:30, but 7 more flights is an hour and 15 or 20. So that makes it right at 3.
Can you have the 180 meeting later?
But yeah, another reason I feel this way is, one is fairness. Secondly, I've spoken to enough open pilots who are in a situation, it's just, you know, it is what it is, that of the top 5, 3 or maybe 4 of those positions are pretty well guaranteed every year to the same people. I mean, their flying is up in that level, and it's hard to break through.
Yeah.
So I personally see Old Time and those events growing. I think more people have a shot at getting something, having more fun, probably.
Yeah.
So I just want to look at that, and if any of you had particularly any of you that were there, any thoughts at all, let me know. We're going to talk about this Thursday.
I have a thought on it right away. I mean, you run beginner and intermediate on Sunday, right?
Yep.
And it takes up 2 circles. And how many grass circles are out there available?
That's hard to say.
Yeah, depends on what time of day it is.
There's at least another 2 that aren't being used.
I would think so.
All right.
How many carrier circles? There's people at carrier too, though. Also.
I know, but there's still other circles straight out from where we have Classic and Old Time. There's at least 2 more, and I think 4 more.
The combat is going on.
Well,
combat's up to, if you're looking up on the circles, they're off to the right. That's separate circles. There are still more circles out there if you look out there.
I don't think the problems is the circles. I think it's the tabulators and workers and judges to fill circles at a time.
Well, are they the same tabulators and workers that are working beginner and intermediate, or are they different workers?
They're different.
They're different.
Well, then you can have 2 contests at one time.
Mm-hmm.
You take the tent for the tabulator, and you put it on the other side of the circle between the 2, so they can run both sides.
Yep.
You got 4 circles instead of 2.
Well, we're going to look at that. You know, one of the things that we had a lot of issues with this year, and it worked out, was acquiring quality judges. And if you put more circles on, to me, that means more judges.
I agree.
Yeah, but it's no different, because if you run them beginner and intermediate on Sunday, and you run Classic and Old Time and Nostalgia on Monday, if you ran them all on Sunday and they're all different people, they're not doing any more work.
If they're there on Sunday.
Well, I mean, he's looking for a way to fit this into a national format. Let's face it.
If it happens next year on 4th of July, it won't matter. Nobody's going to be there.
Show up better. Let's face it. I hate to say it this way, and I won Classic, and Bob won Nostalgia and all that. That's great. But this is a sideshow. This is not the show. We're there for the show.
You're probably wrong on that.
I'll be
There's
right
nobody
back.
at Flu
Dinner's
Classic except you and I. We're going to compete in the big boy event and really compete.
That's not what I mean. I mean, this whole thing, the Nationals is the Nationals. You're there to pick the national champion.
There's only 5 people need to go.
The other stuff is fun to do, but it's not the reason you're there. I mean, not the reason this whole thing is being held. It's held to pick the national champion.
But there's only 5 people need to go then.
I agree with that, Bob, but there are a group of people that go to have fun
Yes.
in old time and classic and N30.
I'm one of them now. And
You're one of them now.
and what I'm saying is, if you just run all those events on Sunday and use up the other circles that are available, and the manpower you would have used on Monday, you use on Sunday for classic and old time and nostalgia, and you run classic and nostalgia together. You can judge them and separate them on the board, right? Just like you do advanced and expert at the Nats. You can separate them on the board. You don't have to run an extra circle for nostalgia.
That is
Yeah.
30.
It's gonna
that is
kill the
30
judges
Wait a
if you
minute,
do
wait a
that.
minute, Joe. That is 33 flights because there was 16 on
Yeah.
and 30.
You can't do that. There's too many flights.
Oh yeah, yeah. That'd be
There's too many flights to put them on the same
64
circuit.
flights.
Well, that's my best suggestion, because if you're going to have the appearance point judging at 3 or whatever, 3:30 on Monday, and you have to run that event off and get everybody 2 flights, you're either going to have to start earlier or crack the whip. You can do 6 flights an hour.
Well, nobody seems to want to look into moving appearance judging, so you could fly one in the morning and one in the evening.
There you go.
Why
don't
can't
matter
we move
to
appearance judging?
9
You
people.
can
in
do appearance judging after dark.
Right. Why can't we move it later or to Tuesday?
We don't have the full week.
Oh, Tuesday's fly day
Tuesday's
nowadays.
flying day.
Practice day, isn't it?
No,
No,
not
Tuesday's the
anymore.
beginning
It
of.
used to be a practice day, but not anymore.
And we need our day back.
Yeah, Roy Lane just popped in. Hello, Roy.
Hey guys, how we doing?
Oh, we're having a great discussion now.
Well,
Oh.
there's no right or
Solving the
wrong
world's
answer here.
problems.
I was
That
on
guy
my back
showed
of the flying field listening in.
Yeah,
I
no,
showed up at
we
the
need
Nats.
options. You're right, Bob. We need to think about other ways. And I think that's what Mark's heading for.
There are options. I think Howard's option was really good. Fly the 1 round in the morning, go to maybe we can move the appearance point judging up a couple of hours. So you fly 1 round in the morning, go to the appearance point judging, and come back in the evening and fly the 2nd round.
Yeah,
Nobody's
lot of
gonna do
packing
that.
and
Nobody's
unpacking.
gonna do that.
Besides, your winds get higher.
Nobody's gonna come back at 8 o'clock for another round of nothing.
I'm not saying 8 o'clock.
Period judging got done at 6:30 or 7.
Yeah, but if we move appearance point
Oh,
judging
move it to
1
noon.
o'clock,
Move
fly
it to
first
noon.
round in the morning, then go to appearance point judging at, let's say, 1, and then get back out to the field by 4.
In my opinion, if you want to kill classic and nostalgia, split it up, do 1 round at 8, 1 at 3, you'll kill the event.
That suggestion was actually kind of a joke, because nobody seemed to pick up on the idea of moving the meeting until later. You could have the meeting in the 180 building
At 5
8
o'clock.
p.m.
And all the open flyers or the people who are flying in the big show, they want to get out of that meeting and get over and do more practice flying.
That's right.
What we have here is a blivet. You're trying to fit, 5 pounds of what into a 3. That's exactly what it is. Now, having said that, if you want to keep classic and nostalgia and old time, which I have no problem with because that's what I'm flying now, that's fine. But we have to find a way to do it where it doesn't interfere with the actual reason we're there, which is to pick a national champion.
It won't interfere, Bob. Give me a little credit. I
I'm
promise
giving
you
you
a
tons
little-
of credit.
There's only 3 people that even in the top 5 ever been the top 5 fly classic and old time. There's
What's your
only 3 at the most. You, I, and name one other.
So what's your point?
So the classic ain't got anything to do with the Nats national championship. Nobody flies in it that want to go to the national championship. I'm the only one that had to leave there and go. No, it's not true. George Waters and there's 4 or 5 of us, or 8 maybe, went to appearance judging. Maybe a few more than that. But if I didn't fly classic, it wouldn't be the end of the world.
Yeah,
And it would be for them.
I'm trying to help Mark here, figure out a way to fit all this into the schedule without interfering with the show, which is, again, I started going to nationals back in 1961. We didn't have any of these other events back then. We didn't have these events until what year? I don't even know what year it started. Early 2000s, or was it late 90s?
How many open people flew in 1969?
Oh my gosh, 80?
Yeah, now you got 30.
Yeah.
There's a difference.
Well, but it's still we're there to pick the national champion.
That's right.
The one of the reasons for the meeting in the afternoon was an impromptu meeting I had a few years ago with some of the top pilots who made a good point. They said no one flies in the afternoon here. It's too hot, frequently too windy. But in the evening, that's our prime time, especially when the next day our competition starts.
Yeah.
So what do you do? You move that.
From 1 to 5, it's gruesome, typically speaking.
So I'm going to address it with the guys who ran the contest. Okay.
Here's another thought. What days do we have the site? Do we have it from Saturday to Friday or just from Sunday to Friday?
We had it from Sunday to Saturday.
To Saturday.
Yep.
Then why don't we put our day back on?
That was
Weather.
It was being held as a day that we could get rained out. Now, is that a good idea? I don't know.
Well,
we were also worried about people getting rooms for Friday night with the triathlete event. And I got to tell you, my ride home was an hour and a half longer. I couldn't get 10 miles out of town. I was stopped by state police and just there were so many people out there. I just had to wait. So that was one of the reasons.
Well, if that was the motel rooms was the issue, Super 8 didn't have anybody in it on Friday. Nobody.
I'll tell you a funny story. Sparky and Sparky and the head judge, Steve. We're over there eating ice cream at the Frozen Boulder, and the triathletes show up, and they're of course in tip-top shape. Steve or Sparky said, "Yeah, last year we were in the triathlon until we came over here and started eating the ice cream." Yeah, we used to look like you.
I got out there on Saturday. We drove out with Cha-Cha. We got there Saturday.
Yeah.
There was nothing going on the grass circles. People were flying down there. So even though it wasn't an official day for us, the site was open. You couldn't talk to AMA about letting us fly on the grass circles and fly the beginner and intermediate on Saturday, fly classic, old time, and nostalgia on Sunday, and then you wouldn't have anything to do on Monday.
That'd be perfect.
Huh?
That'd be perfect if they let you.
If they let you.
Yeah.
Why wouldn't they let us?
And then the people who are not
Overfly country.
And the people who are not interested in flying in the big show or just interested in going for the fun events, they could get them out of the way over the weekend and get home earlier during the week. They wouldn't have to stay during the week.
Why wouldn't AMA let us do that?
I'm not sure. Well, our official days are Sunday to Saturday. But nobody was on those circles flying any other event, any other disciplines. On Saturday when we got there, we went down there. The people were flying for fun, and if they're
How
down
many
there,
times have we been rained out? We've never been rained out. We just dropped the day one time.
well,
Put that the old way.
there's always going to be the possibility of rain, and that's why you have that last day. And I agree with that because we had it happen a few years ago. We had to use an extra day. We could have used an extra day. We didn't. So if we were able to get them to allow us to use just the grass circles on Saturday, the first Saturday, then you could run off beginner and intermediate that day. You could run old-time, classic, and nostalgia on Sunday. And then Monday, even though grass circles would be open for open flyers to practice on until the appearance point judging and pilots meeting. And then they could come back and fly after that too. So you'd actually make it better for everybody.
Yeah, that's even better than the old schedule where they put classic on Tuesday.
That's an option, but there's the downside to that. And the downside is there are some people that can't get there Saturday. they work or they have other responsibilities. They can get there Sunday because normally that's the second day of the weekend. So we're just trying to come up with the best possible solution. And again, all I'm trying to do is be as fair as we can be to all these people flying in those events.
Yeah.
I'm not worried about the big show. We run the big show. It runs every year. We don't have a problem with it. But that's not the only reason people come. And I'm
Get
sure.
that. We're all trying to help you figure this out.
Oh, I understand that. I understand that. But I'm not going to do it without talking to the people that ran the event. I mean, I need to talk to Vince, and my gut is that event is run kind of in a relaxed fashion.
It is.
And if you're going to do that, you're going to lose a lot of time. And maybe a simple solution is to see if we can get the 180 building an hour and a half later.
That would solve the problem.
That would solve the problem.
Except for the fact that the guys who were in the big show want to fly practice in the afternoon. Well, they may have to give up a little afternoon practice.
They fly in the morning.
So they get home. So they get to the field at 7. They still have 2 hours.
There you go. And fly in the fog.
The appearance judging can be done in 30 minutes too, and stop all that. Help an hour right there.
No, appearance judging cannot be done in 30 minutes. I'm sorry, Joe. We just did
I've seen Sparky do it.
I'm telling you to look at that many airplanes and give them the proper scrutiny and move them into the proper. Thank God for Paul Walker, because the 2 invalids out there, Keith Stroessel and Bob Hunt, couldn't bend over to pick them up without falling on them. So poor Paul was running around moving airplanes all over the place. But it would take you more than half an hour to do a proper appearance point judging.
I did 100 in an hour.
I agree.
Well, good for you, but we couldn't do that.
I'm just saying that's what I did. And there wasn't anybody unhappy. So.
Oh, there's always somebody unhappy, but
That's for sure.
there's always going to be somebody unhappy.
Absolutely.
So I guess I'm glad I brought it up. I am glad I brought it up.
It'll be okay.
There's some good responses. It is going to be okay. And I'm not willing to wait till March to talk about this.
16
I get too many questions from people. You get a question from a guy who comes to Maine and he's flying 5.5 minutes, on a 3-day trip. I don't think that's right.
There's 16 pilots that are affected this year that had to get from the circles that we flew classic and the stall John to the 180 building to get their airplane appearance. Out of 50, what was your total? 52?
It's a pretty good number.
Yes.
Between advanced and 52.
Yeah, when did we have 100, Sparky? I don't ever recall. The last nationals I recall having over 100 was in 1976.
When the Brazilians were there?
Good answer.
Yeah.
Good answer.
We had over
But that's neither here nor
that year.
There was close to 100. A
Well,
lot of airplanes. The whole place was filled, packed.
I do want to compliment the group that ran the nets and all the volunteers, because it changed very quickly and drastically with about a week to go. And Frank and
John Paris.
and John did
Yeah.
a tremendous job.
incredible.
Steve was filling in for Mark and did a tremendous job. The tabulators were on their game.
Yeah.
Bobby McDonald couldn't make it for appearance point, so Keith Stroessel and Paul jumped.
Yeah, and I feel good about it because the stuff is on my desk. How do you make these changes this quickly? And you have to call some people pretty fast and hope they'll agree to do that. Because John was going to be judging, so that hurt Steve.
Yeah.
And we're looking for judges while the other events were going on, and Cha-Cha agreed.
Give Bob credit for Cha-Cha.
And-
Give Bob credit for Cha-Cha.
Yeah, and I think He did
Yeah,
a
Bob
great job.
convinced him on the drive.
Well, I was talking to Steve and I told him I'm picking up Cha-Cha. And he says, well, we're down a judge. And he says he's been through the judge training program and he did really well. He says you have 10 and a half hours in the car with him. See if you can convince him. Well, it took me about 15 seconds.
He's a good lad. He is
really
a good
He's
lad.
great.
Some of you probably don't know that conversation with Derek Barry, because he happened to be talking to John Hill before, as John was realizing he couldn't make it. And Derek agreed to do everything he could to help, particularly with the computer side. And I got a hold of Derek and I said, no. I said, no, you did that in 2019 with me. It cost you several places because you didn't have the time. It's time for you with your family to fly. And that was made possible by John agreeing. And John was, you know, I think he liked what he did more than if he was judging. You know, I think
he's so good at it too.
He's good at that.
So,
that program, he's got that down pat.
He was very diligent. We talked quite a bit during the NAS.
Good.
Yeah.
Thank you for that.
Yeah, Howard, I need to give you a call or something. I want to talk to you about how it rates judges. And I don't want to take up this group's time on that.
So I think the group pulled off a great event. I think everyone had a good time. We didn't have
100%. 100%.
We didn't have terrible wins. So my hat's off to all those people.
Which night did I get caught in the wind and it was terrible? After appearance judging, wasn't it?
Yeah, it was Monday.
Yeah, it worked out well after appearance judging go flying.
Yeah.
Mike Packle and I got caught in some 40, I think, for a little bit. I was lucky to get my airplane on the ground.
When did you pick up for the
back to this
Walker
classic
Cup?
thing. I just had another thought, Mark. Out at VSC, they run classic on 2 circles. And you run you split up into 2 groups. And one day you fly in one circle, the next day you switch over and fly the other circle. Well, there's a lot of, normally it used to be like 70, 80 people.
Yeah.
But now you have less. So what if you were to take 2 of those grass circles and run classic split the groups in 2, and then they just have them jump over to the other circle?
They had the scores together. It's golden.
Yeah, scores together.
And
They've done that
classic
back in the old
and
days.
nostalgia together for the flying and split them on the scoreboard.
Separate on the scoreboard.
And
So
have two circles.
how many classic flyers do we have? 17. And would you have, Bob, in nostalgia?
16.
16. Okay, so you add them all together and split them into 2 groups, and now you could run 2 circles.
That's right.
You
have 16.
And have one flight on each day.
Right. No, one
flight on
flight
each circle.
and add them together. They've done that in the past up there when they got judges.
That wouldn't take any more judges than we had, because we had judges for classic and
That's true.
30.
There you go. There you go. There's
Changes
your
the
answer.
format of the contest, though, to
And you wouldn't, if you did it
that
that way, you wouldn't even have to use
semifinals.
the extra circles. You could use the circles you already have.
That's right.
Yeah.
It just, you have to add the scores together, but they're still adding scores together for after the top 20 or the 20 and then the top 10. They still add the scores together.
It's a different way of doing things.
Yep, different way of doing things.
Which
It ain't top score no more.
didn't work in your favor this year, did it, Joe?
Oh, he beat me. If
No,
we'd
I-
add them together, we added
Not by
them
a
together.
lot.
Didn't
You
they add
let-
them together this year? They added together. You had to take 2 scores and add them together, I think.
I'm talking about the real stunt.
Oh, that was top 20. They do that.
Yeah.
A 570 by itself don't stand alone. On
What
top.
happened?
Yeah.
What happened? You take 2 attempts or something?
Prop came off, went to the pits, tightened it back up, defueled, went back out there and flipped it to, and it popped it off again.
Do you flip it forward or backwards?
Forward.
If you flip it backwards, it'll tighten when it backfires.
First time I backflipped it and it popped it off. So then I flipped it forward and it popped it off again.
It popped off when you backflipped it,
Oh yeah.
because when it backfires and goes the other way, that tightens the prop.
But I think it happens when it hits the front side after compression. It goes pop, and this one doesn't get through without stopping, I think.
Wow.
I don't know. It happened.
Yeah, that second time the whole thing came off.
Yeah, it popped hard. And it'd been sitting there, I defueled, but still got gas in it. I didn't prime it, turned it over to have the fuel on the bottom, and it was loaded.
Hey, Joe, how'd you do in scale?
I won team, and I got fourth in fun scale. I never had a landing with all engines running. I lost one engine 3 times and 2 engines on the landing on the last one, and I still did all the tricks. But if you lose engines, it's a tremendous penalty on the throttle.
Well, at least you won all time.
And team.
Yeah. Who's the team member?
Eddie Mason. He built those big monster airplanes.
Okay.
Big 4-engine Constellation.
Oh yeah. So he's not
Okay, I
flying
saw
them
some pictures of
anymore?
that.
He's not flying anymore.
Yeah,
Joe?
he flew. He had 2 electric Constellations that he flew. Then I was supposed to fly the B-17, but it had a crank broke in it. So I flew the Connie, and I flew a DC-6.
Wow.
Engine, gas engine in the fun scale.
Wow.
But it's all good, man. It's all good.
Yeah.
You know, one time Wendy asked me after a nationals, he wanted me to fly his B-25, and I declined. I said, I won't fly anything that has a crew of more than 1.
There you go.
There you go.
Hey, Tran snuck in on us. He's been
Well,
quiet.
good for Tryon. There he is.
Yeah. How you guys doing?
We're good.
Good, thank you.
We got a discussion going, that's for sure.
Oh, yeah, for sure. Yeah.
Well, isn't that what this is all about?
Yeah. Yeah. I had this past Sunday, my 7-year-old prodigy came to work on his ring rat.
All right.
Good.
So that was kind of cool, and we actually did something. We finished the fuselage.
All right.
Good show. Well done.
And we actually covered the 2 sides with film. And we put the canopy in place. We put these little lines on top of the canopy to make it look more like of a plain canopy versus just the plain black stuff in there. So right now, pretty much we're ready for the trim part of it, because this is the elevator is finished. Although when we want to put some the trim lines, and we're just thinking about it and making drawings and try to figure out what we want to do, and we came up with some ideas, and it's exciting, you know. So this is cool.
That's perfect.
Yeah. Did you
For me,
That
finish
ring rat's about a perfect trainer, I think. There's nothing better than I've seen.
Did you finish the free flight plane?
I ran out of covering.
Oh, you ran out of covering.
I ran
Oh,
out of
no.
covering, but that thing looks really, really nice.
Yeah.
And you guys saw last time when as I was making progress on the covering. I try to stay away from what everybody does, because the wing has 3 sections, and they cover one section one color, the other one different color. Everybody does this 3 panels kind of a one color thing, and I was like, I don't want to do that.
All right.
You're the only one you have to please.
That's right. I guess there's no appearance points in free flight.
No, but I still like to put. I like to do a good job on whatever I do, and this actually comes from my first competition that I ever went to.
Steve, there are no appearance points in free flight, but every now and then there's a disappearance points.
Yeah.
Yes.
They show up missing.
It's not free flight. It's remote control glider. Has servos in it.
Oh, okay. Okay.
Yeah. It came from the first competition I went to, because I went there. I thought I had a pretty plane, and I did a good job over there. And when I went over there, I was ashamed of my plane after that. And I said never again. So ever since, I just that kind of instilled in me a desire to do a good job in anything I do. It has to look good, has to be professionally done, even though whether I get appearance points or I don't. I don't care. I just like to have I just like my stuff to look good, to It's just me.
Yeah,
That's me.
yeah,
That's
no,
how I am.
that-
Some
I
people
understand.
don't give a rat's ass. That's fine, you know. Yeah.
I think everyone here feels the same way as you do.
Yeah, Tryon, I do have a question about that ring rat.
Hmm.
You said you put covering on the fuselage, right?
Yes.
When you glue it together, do you do fillets? And if so, do they
No,
stick to the covering or how does that work?
I'm not gonna bother with that at all. But I'm gonna try to do a nice cutout on the covering where the glue joint happens, right?
Okay.
And I'm
So
gonna
like
mask it
what,
off and stuff like
just a
that.
little bit off of the covering?
Yes, you don't want to glue on the covering on
Right.
wood or covering on something else. You want to glue the wood on wood.
Okay, but you're
So
not
you
gonna
actually
put
have to.
like, not gonna put fillets in it with some kind of epoxy.
No, and actually the fit to it is so nice that the joints have no gap in there.
Oh,
When I
okay.
slide the wing inside, it's actually virtually no gap in there. I mean, the kit is very nicely made. And if you are careful with your stuff, and when you slide the wing in place, it's almost no gap in there. I mean, I don't think I can put a piece of paper in there.
Oh, wow, okay, that's great.
So since you have a nice joint over there, actually I can even put the wing in place, align it nicely and stuff like that. Make sure it's square and everything, and hit it within CA, and think CA is going to work just fine.
Oh, so you're not even, don't even have to use epoxy glue.
And I don't think I have to because the plane is so light; it doesn't need epoxy. I mean, it's not that and
There's
things
no
is very
vibration.
strong. Sorry?
Yeah, with
Electric.
electric, there's no vibration.
No
right?
vibrations.
Yeah, that too. So it's like why bother?
Mhm.
We're just gonna make we're gonna make a little cutout here where the rudder is gonna go, and we're gonna glue the rudder wood on wood here. And this is already cut out. I just have to cut this area out for the elevator. The elevator is gonna slide in like that, and it's again wood on wood, and it's pretty simple, So
Can you show that motor mount? Is that did you 3D print that or
no, this is a stock motor mount.
stock that you can get where?
It comes with the plane.
Oh, it comes with the plane. Okay,
Yes.
okay.
Yeah. So basically,
Interesting.
you have two pieces of wood, and I have tabs that go through this plywood.
Oh, it's
It goes
wood.
to
It's not plastic.
yeah. Yeah. This is wood here. There's
No,
that has
the mount itself, is it wood or plastic?
it's wood. Yeah.
Okay.
It's 1/16 plywood, and you see it's doubled here.
Uh-huh.
You have two layers over there,
I
and you have
see
a
it,
single
yeah.
layer here.
Okay.
And you can see if you look carefully at it, you can see where they how they assemble. You can see these two tabs. You see
Mhm.
that?
Yeah.
That's good
Okay.
construction. That's good design.
Yeah.
Yes.
Interesting.
It's a very nice design. So I had no reason to change anything on it.
Yeah.
Actually, everything is stuck in this plane. We didn't change a thing.
Should have good line tension. Looks like you got about 5 degrees of motor offset.
Yeah. Yeah, I think
Well, it's a
it
trainer.
should work
That
fine.
makes
Yeah.
sense. Yeah.
Yeah.
Just
And
like a vice lob.
yeah. And I just purchased everything for it, the propeller, the motor, the everything, just to finish it.
And
And it's this.
that's a front mount for the electric motor?
That's a rear mount.
Rear mount.
It's a rear mount. Ah, okay. So it sticks out.
So who sells that kit?
Stephen Arrow, I think.
That'd be something good to
Stevens.
get to fly in the wind,
Yeah.
in the grass.
This?
Yeah.
Okay.
Because why, how hard can it hit the ground? Not very hard.
Shut the power off, it won't hit the ground very hard.
Yeah.
Mhm. Anyways, but yeah, it was pretty exciting for me.
Yeah.
Um,
And the guy is 7, you said?
yes,
Oh, that's wonderful.
yes. And this is what I was showing you last time when I
Yeah.
was working on this.
Okay, so
It
you
could
haven't,
be.
yeah, so you didn't get any further because you're out of covering.
Yeah. And look at this one is sun outside. Let's do this.
Yeah, that's cool. The light comes through it.
So
Yeah.
It's just like mine.
actually I took it outside. I just took the wing outside in a balcony, right? Outside. And I
Mhm.
just put the wing like this above me and I look at it and look at this. Look how it shines. Like it lights up like as if you have neon lights
Yeah.
in here.
Oh, that is so cool.
And even the blue shows up, like the blue lights up too.
Mm-hmm.
That's one side, so I can see from the bottom too. And if it's dark outside, these are actually fluorescent red. It's the bright red color.
Mm.
So it's going to give me good visibility and whenever I have light or I have whenever it's going to show up anyways, especially over green tree lines and stuff like that.
That's right.
Anyways, that's it. So yeah, this guy's done. Actually, not going to do anything on the back of the fuselage. Maybe I'm going to cut up some cool numbers and stuff like that. Put over here. I have a vinyl cut machine, so maybe I'm going to do some cool stuff for here. So just say ring rat or things like that. But it turned out very nice. I mean, I think it's a nice build. I mean, we didn't cut any corners. I didn't allow you to skimp on anything. And he's very patient. I like that.
What size motor is going to go on it?
It's whatever they recommend there on the site. It's the 21, 22, I think.
21 something, 21
Yeah, I
millimeter?
think it runs on the 2S battery.
If anybody's interested, John Parrish, because I was going to build some more little half-A electric things from my backyard flying. And the ones we used to use were from BP products, but they're no longer available. So I called up John because he's really into it. And he sent me an email that has all the part numbers and where you get stuff. If anybody wants that, I can forward that email to you because it has all the part numbers for everything required for an airplane that size.
That's a half-A size?
Half-A size, yeah.
Wow.
John's really pretty good at that.
You know what's crossing my head lately? I want to build a classic plane or something like that. Just something classic, right? I was thinking about the Novi, the USA one. I was thinking about the Aries and the stuff. I'd still make it electric. First of all, I don't have motors. Second of all, it's just like it's just easier for me.
Yeah.
I was thinking about the stiletto, and but I don't know. I think sir.
All good airplanes you just mentioned.
Is the original stiletto classic?
No.
No, it's got to be N30.
N30.
Right?
Well, I think the 35 is. The 35 is, not the 46.
Mhm.
The 35 I think was published. I'm not sure of that though. Somebody have to check on that. I'm not sure of that. I know it's nostalgia legal, but it's not. I don't think it's classic legal. But the
Like how it's
USA one
gonna
is.
fly.
The USA one is, even though everybody saw it fly in its current form in 1970. He actually flew it in 1969 in different livery and actually different shapes. And he saw Jerry Worth's Apteryx, and he liked that so much he went home before the team selection and modified and refinished the airplane to look like the Apteryx. So the USA one is legal for both classic and nostalgia.
Huh? How about that?
Cool.
Yeah.
I was looking at USA ones. I'm interested though. The deciding factor for me is which one has the thinnest airfoil.
It's 1 7/8 inch thick at the root.
Shark's another good classic.
Yeah.
Real good.
Yeah.
USA one is very thin.
Yeah, that's
Well,
why I
well-
kind of looked at it. It's kind of I like the shape of it and everything, and I like the sustainer foil. But I'm still thinking about should I make it a take apart or just
Wait, what a chore that would be to make an I-beam take apart.
Hi.
shouldn't be hard.
Dan's showing us stuff, but he's not saying what it is.
He's showing it to me. I know exactly what it is.
Well, I want to know what it is. Look like an ice
Frozen
cream
boulder.
cone. It looked like an ice cream cone.
It was a frozen boulder.
Nah.
He's
Okay.
teasing me because I got the frozen boulder the last one.
What, that's it?
Wow.
Speaking
It's,
of that USA one,
What is that?
Oh, he casted it.
Oh, he
Oh, it's that
casted
foam.
it? Oh,
It's the
my.
foam. Okay.
And what's that?
Carbon
Piece
fiber
of
plate.
carbon fiber something. What is it, Dan?
It's going to be a wing skin.
A wing skin. Oh, okay.
What do you have there?
It's like carbon.
I mean,
Yeah,
what's the
carbon.
layout?
It's a twill. It's one layer of twill. It's looks like 2 by 2. So I went to this composite shop. I went to a composite shop in Brownsburg.
I think it might be heavy, and you're gonna find out it's still flexible at that size, especially
Yeah,
on yeah, maybe the D box in the front of my you can get away with it, but the backside probably not. It's
yeah.
gonna be
I was thinking for a wing.
so
So I went to
so that's why most people want to do this composite construction. They use a sandwich with foam,
Well,
and they use much lighter.
let Dan explain what he was going to talk about.
Yeah.
I'm sorry.
So, so anyway, I go to this composite. It's in Brownsburg. So basically, they do funny car bodies. They do everything in there. We're talking big time stuff. And it's a neat place because you can walk in and buy off the roll. You know, they got odds and ends and stuff, and take you through the shop. So I go in there and I start talking about this bell crank and also about this expanding foam, which I'll get to in a minute. So I show this guy a picture of this bell crank and what I want to do, and I said, "You'll do the layup on the pre-preg on the mold, and then I'll take it down to the laser cutter down the street." He said, "Well, you don't have to do that. You just go right through this hallway into this other room, and we've got a laser cutter. He does carbon." So I go into that room, and the guy shows me all this stuff. I mean, he's showing me all the samples he cuts. This is a carbon plate. It's hard as hell. But anyway, he's showing me all this stuff. So I thought, okay, I get the carbon pre-pregged on the mold over here, and then they walk it down the hall and they laser cut it. And then I turn around and look, and he's got two Haas mold. He's got two Haas CNC machines sitting there, huge tables on it. And these Haas CNC machines or it's got the M designation for they do molding with them. And I said, well, why are these things sitting over here idle? He said, well, there's nobody in here that knows how to run them. He said, I sort of do. He said, I worked CNC my whole life. I said, well, I'll tell you what, if I bring a billet of aluminum in here, I said, it'll be pretty simple. You machine it out. And I said, run it down the hall. They pre-preg it and we bring it back and you water jet it. So it's basically all in one spot. So one of my concerns was if you build a mold and then they pre-preg it, and then by the time you get it to the water jet cutter, and then he's going to say, well, I wish it would have been this way or that way. So he was able to basically from start to finish, they'll be able to see the whole picture. So if he cuts the mold for the bell cranks, he'll be able to put indexing pins. And so when they lay up the pre-preg, it'll be indexable for his water jet. So it's like a turnkey thing. And I mentioned the process of actually taking a male and female mold that has sheet wax in between it. So you take a female mold, let me show you. So the idea is, okay, this is a pod mold. This is a high temp mold. It's built up with a high temp epoxy and glass and everything. But I'll line this with sheet wax, maybe 30 thousandths or whatever, it doesn't matter. Whatever you want the thickness of the finished part to be. Once the sheet wax is in this mold, I'll make another mold that goes in it. And the other mold will come up and it'll bottom out here in spots, but then there'll be spots that are open. So when the mold comes together, the idea is have that gap in there. So you have a male and female mold. So you put the fiberglass here, 3-ounce glass cloth, in the male mold, you do the 3-ounce glass cloth on that. You take this foam, which is a little demonstration, you pour it down the middle of the mold.
Yep.
You clamp the two halves together and the foam expands between the two fiberglass pieces that are already cured. And the foam comes up and it all oozes out here. So there's a release for it. So it's not blowing up a mold. So I got some sheet wax. So in the next week, I'm going to be doing that. And then talking to them about the aluminum plate. I probably have to get the plate. It'll be 2024 aluminum. And I'll take it over there and have them mill it. So basically the plate, it'll be an easy mill. Basically, they're just going to mill out troughs to actually form, the fork.
Right.
And then as the guy standing there talking to me, he shows me this, and it's got a perfect finish on it. It's 1 layer of carbon. But the way this is set up, it's like peel and stick. I don't know what they are using it for.
Huh.
But you peel this off and it's got a sticky back.
Huh.
Well, he said they applied the sticky back. So I guess 3M sells this stuff that once you make the carbon plate, you can apply the sticky back. So basically, I'm going to peel this paper off, peel off all the sticky, and find out what this weighs. Now, Tryan's right. If you have something with the resin, it's not rigid enough, then you have problems. But you can just see how flexible this is. But it's like a fishing rod. Okay, carbon is flexible. Where carbon has its strength is in the tensile. So when you pull on it, the tension is where the strength's at. So if they can make this plate and it's light enough in 4-foot by 8-foot sheets or whatever, that'll be the wing skin. It'll be vacuum bagged down on the foam core, just like balsa. I want to get rid of balsa. I'm tired of balsa. And you can't get it. It's a pain. But you got to remember the carbon. Okay, so maybe it's a little bit heavier than balsa, but you got to remember there's no finish. That is the finish.
Right.
So you're not doping and whatever. All you're doing is running a little trim on it. So I don't know. It's interesting talking to them in there. So anyway, I got, it looks like a piss sample here, but this is a foam. And it doesn't take much. He poured into this cup. He only poured about this much. And of course, then it mushroomed up to here. So
I thought you were teasing me with frozen boulders.
yeah. No, and it's hard enough. Okay. What they use this foam for, the carbon plates, they actually sell carbon fiber steering wheels. So the guy explained to me how he makes them briefly, but it's the top and bottom of the steering wheel to make, the round part. And he's got like a flange there where they lock together, but this is what he's filling the steering wheel with, this foam here. So his application, I figured if it was good enough for a race car steering wheel, it might be good enough for a fuse. So my intention is, instead of, this is an RC pod, but the intention is to make a whole fuselage for a control line stunner. So the next step, if I get the foam to work, I get the glass to work and everything else, then basically I got the tooling board to start carving a fuse out. And then I'll go from there. So in other words, if I screw up, it's just a small part, but I'll get it figured out before I go with the full-size fuse.
Dan, a question. When you put that expandable foam in, is that just to press everything out against the mold? Press the, and then you melt it out, or you?
Well, no, not really, because the foam is your core. The foam stays. Now, when Lonky was over there, he was showing me his crashed airplane, the Axioma.
Mm-hmm.
And the Axioma had a foam core. Now, I mean, it was thin. It might have been, I don't know, a 1/16 of an inch. It wasn't much.
Yes, it's probably 1.5 millimeters. Yeah.
Yeah, so basically, I'll mess around until I find the right density. So the foam stays in there.
Gotcha.
So if you remember looking at Orestes' airplane, when he took the hatch off the top, you know, the battery hatch, if you looked at that fuselage, it was super thin. And I think he had balsa. But the problem is, when you do balsa wood, okay, and you're trying to go around all these funny compound curves, it becomes a problem.
Yeah.
The other thing with balsa wood is you have to vacuum bag it, and you have to pre-form the wood before you put it in there. And I hate balsa. So anyway, the idea is, sort of answer your question, Bob, you'd actually put 3/4 ounce glass cloth in the mold and let it cure hard. Same with the male. So you got 2 cured parts, but when it comes together, because of the sheet wax, you have a gap that's continuous on a vertical and a horizontal surface.
So the foam just supports the skin.
Yes, the foam actually fills the void between the 2 skins that are actually cured.
Gotcha.
And if the foam expands against that fiberglass that's already in the mold, basically it's 100%. It's 100% cure. I mean, it's 100% stick. There's no voids.
Gotcha.
So I think that's how the Axioma is built by looking at it.
Mm-hmm.
No, it's not made like that, Dan.
Yeah.
It's not made like that.
So,
It's just they have a sandwich and they vacuum bag it. So basically, have an outer skin, the foam core, and the inner skin, and they vacuum bag it and they join the 2 halves. That's how they do it.
right. I'm trying to get rid of the vacuum bag. I'm trying to get. Now, here's the thing. There's two types. There's two types of foam. One is a polyurethane, and that's what this is. And there's another one. There's epoxy foam.
Oh.
Okay, the epoxy foam, I think, is more stable, has different characteristics, and you also post-cure it at 140 degrees. But the guy making the steering wheels in the composite shop, he said this is what he uses, and he said once it fully expands, it's finished. I mean, it doesn't creep. And that's what I was worried about. I was worried about making a fuselage and then it being perfect, and then a week or 2 later, when it's subjected to more heat, that it would puff up, and that's what I was worried about. So I'll try this for a test piece, but I might also go to the epoxy foam. So basically, I'm jumping down this rabbit hole that's never ending.
Those guys use any honeycomb?
Yeah, they use a lot of Nomex, and I've seen a lot of Nomex. And JT Composites, they had a lot of Nomex too. A lot of really neat stuff that's only like an 1/8 inch thick. They had 4x8 sheets of it laying around.
Oh, there you go. You might look into that.
But honeycomb is heavy.
It's 2 pounds per big foot. They have some, or did when I was building snorts in 1990. 1 pound per cubic foot, 16th inch cell. They use it for spacecraft, but the guys that made it wouldn't give me any.
Yeah, that's the tough part.
Hey, Dan, I have a question on that bell crank, the one with the fork. I got that one you gave me at the Nats. Now it doesn't have any bushings in it. You can't run steel against carbon with a bushing, can you? Without a bushing?
No, what's got to happen, and what will happen on the carbon bell crank with a fork, when they water jet the bell crank out, they'll actually water jet little discs. And the little discs will be, or buttons, they'll go on top and bottom. And then when I glue the two halves together for the fork, it'll be glued on a jig with indexing pins, so everything lines up.
Okay.
Then at the time that the thing is clamped together, there'll be an oil light bushing that's actually glued in there and keyed with the buttons. So the buttons will go around the oil light bushing. So it'll sort of look like the old bell crank with that same bushing.
And that's
So,
just the center where the 1/8-inch post is, or out where the shoulder bolts are going to go in the fork?
no, just in the center for the pivot.
The shoulder bolts will be okay, just bolted up tight in the fork?
Well, yeah, I think so. I mean, the trick is out there, the pin, the shoulder bolt cannot pivot.
Right.
Because what you don't want to happen is you don't want the lead outs going around the button. You want the button and the lead outs stationary and pivoting on the pin. Otherwise, the lead outs are sawing through the button.
Right.
Exactly.
And I think that's why Brett Buck made the button as a teardrop, because that keeps the button from rotating, or, you know, it eliminates that. So the other option, if you're building an airplane it's not take apart, is just encapsulate that pin in the carbon and put caps on it, glue the caps and make that vertical pin stationary.
Maybe weld it or something.
Yeah, so I don't know, there's a lot of options, but
yeah,
I got most of it figured out.
But you don't want anything rotating in the carbon.
Nope.
Correct.
Right.
Correct. Yeah. So that's what I did today.
Cool.
I ordered some glass cloth. I got a roll of 3/4, a roll of ounce, or maybe ounce and a half, I can't remember, and a roll of 3.2 120 glass. So between those three, I'll be able to get something.
Cool.
But, you know, the thing is with composites, they say, well, it's sort of heavy, like, you know, I'm talking about the foam. But the neat thing about this is if you lay up 1/2 ounce glass cloth, you can put carbon toe in certain spots, or you could put 2 layers of glass. You don't have to go with just 1 layer. So if you have certain areas you need rigidity, you can always, you know, vary it till you get what you want. But then it might seem sort of heavy initially, but then you got to remember, you're getting rid of all the formers, you're getting rid of all the glue, you're getting rid of a lot of things that would normally be in there. Just like Wendy puts a fuselage together with 40 formers. So you got to remember, you know, you're getting rid of formers. So.
Dan, he put it together with 40 formers. I think it's more than that.
Yeah.
Dan, this is what I did on my nose construction. As you can see, we have some compound shapes here on the nose. It's you know, this difficult to get in areas, right?
Right.
So if you look inside, and you can probably see it from here, you can see that I have some flat surfaces in there, which are made out with a different construction compared to what I have in the nose area over here.
Right.
So I have a single layer on the outside that acts as a skin, right?
Right.
But inside I have different constructions. You can see I have on these flat areas, right? I have the carbon fiber foam fiberglass layout,
Right.
but in these other areas, I have the 200-gram cloth on the inside.
Okay.
So it's usually whenever you need it, so you can use the areas that are flatter and are easy to put a piece of foam in there, a flat piece of foam, and mold it. And believe me, it's gonna curve quite a bit, right? So I could have put it like even over here if I wanted to, right? But you can definitely use that to your advantage. And then in the areas where you have like this here, just put up. I just have 2 layers. The layer of carbon on the outside, and on the inside they have the 200 grams per square yard per square meter. Just plain wave
Okay.
carbon fiber. You see that?
Yep, I see it. Yep.
So
So you're
so
able to customize, yeah. Yeah.
so you have to do that. So
Right.
in your mold, for example, most of it you can put a piece of foam that going to go all around. Whatever you have on a nose, just on a nose area, do something else. Try to explore the rubber molds, because you can take your mold and fill it up with rubber, right? And use the
Yeah.
rubber as a plug. And you can
Howard-
lay up everything, and the rubber is going to smoosh around the corners, and it's going to form to whatever imperfection. You have another part that clamps on top of the rubber, putting pressure on it. And then when you're done, you just peel off the rubber and you're done.
So yeah, Howard Rush gave me a pretty good dissertation on silicone rubber.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. So
If you
but
heat it, it's
basically-
gonna expand. A lot.
Robbie worked on all this stuff. He was telling me that there's some new Roha cell materials that are very thin and used.
Yes, that's what I use. Roha cell. Roha cell is the best core material.
It's a little expensive,
It's
I understand, but
It is expensive, but
also-
it is expensive, but it's light. It's like a 31 kilograms per cubic meter, and it's very lightweight and has the 60 psi strength to the so it's going to be also
can bag it.
dent resistant.
Yeah.
And actually that's what I have in this plane right here. That's raw cell.
I went
Yeah.
down to the Boeing surplus store one time, and
It's a
there's a pallet of Roacell, bunch of sheets of Roacell, whole pallet of it. I said, "How much for that? That thin stuff, it keeps blowing away. I'll give it to you for half price." So I got this pallet full for 25 cents a pound.
Wow.
I
That's
still
a great
got some
price.
upstairs.
Yeah. And something else. Have you ever heard of compression molding?
Yes.
Have you ever looked how they make the DLG wings?
No, I've never seen that. I've seen the actual airplanes after they're finished, though.
Yeah. Okay. So the way they make the DLG wings, actually, they cut the foam. You have the molds, right?
Right.
Which has to be they have to be very rigid, and you cut the foam core about point 0.03 inches bigger bigger in size, right?
Yeah.
So you lay up the carbon fiber, the outside layer and whatever, right? And then you put your piece of foam inside, and you put the top of the mold and bolt it together, right? So that 0.03 is going to be compressed together. It's going to be smooshed to the finished size. Basically, brute force you're brute forcing to the finished size, and it's going to stay there. And that's what done with the raw cell core, right? And raw cell, if you dent it and you compress it, it stays in that finished size. So basically, what you do, you put the fiberglass, you put your spot in there, you put your foam, use some mixture of micro balloons and epoxy, and you use like a toothpaste, go around the edge, right? And you get with the top side, and you just compress it, bolt it in, and next day you just pull it out, release it, and you have perfect outside surface and a solid core inside.
So
And those are pretty lightweight.
The core that you're putting in is actually oversized by a 32nd of an inch.
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah.
That's what I said. Yeah. And that's how they make them. And they turn out very nice, and they're super light.
But
Because
walking into this composite shop today, basically they must have had 4 or 5 autoclaves. They've got huge ones, they got medium and small, and a lot of stuff. So anyway,
those are
you go
for
next
large
door.
parts.
Huh?
Those
Yeah.
are for big parts. Yeah, they're not made for model airplanes. Model airplanes are different technology. You can't use what they use over there for what we need. It's not practical.
you're right, it's too heavy.
Yeah,
But-
that too.
But the thing is, Tryon, what I'm getting at, this composite shop, they have the autoclaves. They've got a Haas milling machine for molding. So all these aluminum molds you see that have got the glider wings, they've got the polished enemy. They've got the machinery in this place to make those molds.
Yes.
And they've got the water jet. I mean, basically, it's a one-stop shop in this warehouse to do this stuff.
Yep.
And Paul Walker and I had this discussion. I was showing him carbon stuff, okay? He said it's too heavy. Well, it is too heavy. But if you replace aluminum or something like a bell crank or landing gear, it's not too heavy. So there's a lot of places. And the other thing is, okay, just think of a male and female mold. And instead of laying up sheets of carbon, just think if you could take pre-preg toe and put down in that mold and make an I-beam wing out of carbon. Each rib would be a carbon wisp. So you basically lay up a carbon wing, but it would be ribs. It wouldn't be balsa strips. It would just be little ribs.
But you get the toe to be a consistent thickness front to back?
Yes.
Yeah, 3K, 6K or whatever. But I'm just saying you got to get out of a paradigm of the old way of doing it and think outside the mold, I guess, And I was talking to Sparky. I said, oh, you can take a I-beam wing and you could monocoat it and make a splash mold off of it, and you could have a male top and bottom mold, and you could lay up a composite wing that looks like an I-beam.
Oh, wow.
And then so I mean, as long as you have time and money, it's like endless.
Of course,
we got the time.
You know what's the worst case scenario? You still have the positive mold of the outside of the wing, and you can lay up anything inside of it. You can vacuum bag it later on. You can do a male-female mold. You can do whatever you want to do. And actually, I think it's a nice thing to have a male-female, especially for the wings, because the core, if you don't form the core, and it's not necessary to form the core, right? If you have a male-female mold, it's easy to just put them together, smoosh them together, and bolt it in, and the foam is going to conform to whatever shape you have in there. Now, if you do in addition to that, you do a little bit of compression molding in the process. Think about that.
Yeah.
So you're forming the foam to the finished size. You just really smush it in there. If you do that, then you're going to have a very easy layout. I mean, you can make a wing in a day.
Yeah.
Basically, right? I mean, just like to lay a wing out is going to take you about half an hour, and when you close the mold, so that way we're going to bypass the vacuum bagging altogether. I would not do the carbon fiber outside with the carbon fiber ribs that you're talking about. They're going to be heavy. I'm going to tell you right now. You can try it. Do whatever you want to do. I think it's more practical. I think it's more practical to do the use like 30 grams or 40 grams per square inch spread toe carbon fiber, which is the flat stuff that bi-directional, right? And then use some kind of foam core and put a 3/4 ounce glass on the inside, and just put the male female, just compress them together, call it a day, and that's going to be a beautiful wing, super light. And if you want to have ribs over there, you can add some unidirectional, say 100 grams per square meter. That comes in a nice flat sheet, and you can cut strips out of it, right? And you can add those strips inside. And
I'm not worried. I'm not worried about the wing. It's pretty hard to beat. For now, it's pretty hard to beat the lost foam method that Bob had, or a lot of built up stuff and all the things we developed. So right now, it's like the fuselage, and then I'll go from there once I get the fuse. But basically, I understand.
Elevators are super easy to do solid core, and they're
Yeah.
not heavy.
Hey,
You're looking.
I got 3 gram scales, so I mean the scales aren't going to lie; they're calibrated. So basically, that'll be my wake up call. You know.
hey, Dan, you need to move to Stockertown.
I know.
You and Robbie would get along great.
But I'm not going to let this die. I'm just tired of seeing foreign countries come up with this stuff. I mean, we got, we've got all this stuff here. Look at, out there where Howard is, Seattle, you got Boeing, you got all these engineers. Indianapolis area has got all these race teams and these composite shops coming out your ears. It's just like, okay, somebody's got to pick up this ball and start running with it.
Well, the problem is, I mean, this could get to be very controversial, but the problem is we got complacent over the years. We were winning everything in sight for years and years and years, and they just caught up and passed us. We had whiplash when they went by us.
Yeah.
So it's time, it's time to start thinking again and start developing, and that's what you guys are doing. And not everything's going to work, but something will work.
Yeah.
Something will work.
Well, I asked Mike Lonke, I said, I'll give you $100 for this crashed airplane. He said, well, I already promised it to somebody else. Basically, I was going to take it home and, go through it and look at it. I looked at it for probably a half hour out there. I know how they made it. I could tell by looking at it.
Yeah.
But,
Hey, Bob Hunt,
Yes, sir.
I have seen Danny buy one of those high dollar propellers. They were $60 or whatever. And he took it in his hand. He walked 3 steps and broke it in half just so he could figure out how it was made.
The Falcon prop?
Yep.
Yeah. Well, you hit a blade of grass with that Falcon prop, it'll break.
I'll tell you what, it didn't take much to snap it. It's like a little pretzel.
I'm not crazy about them.
What's Tryon trying to show us?
This is my horizontal stabilizer.
Oh, it's stabilizer.
Yep. It's
Oh, okay.
Does that plug in on carbon tubes?
Yep.
Okay. Yep,
I
I
have a
see
square
that now.
tube here, and those are the locations.
Yeah. That's nice. What's the weight of the elevator and stab complete?
This
Left and right
one,
side?
this piece is like 34 grams.
Okay.
Wow.
Unidirectional carbon?
Yes, but it's
Yeah.
unidirectional, has 2 layers, 45 degrees. You see that?
Yep.
So,
Yep.
what do you use? What are the hinges?
Equals.
Kevlar.
Is that built in? The hinge built
Yes.
in?
Yep.
So there's really not much weight savings that over balsa wood.
Well, the finish is already on it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's already finished and done.
If you like black airplanes.
So what? You can put whatever color you want to put in a mold. But if you don't put the color, it's even lighter. So yeah, whatever you want to do. If you want to complicate it or you want to simplify it.
What kind of wax they putting in the mold to paint on it?
It's a they just use wax, just part all wax, and you wax it real good, and then you mask it and paint on top of it. It's like epoxy paint is the best.
How do you get the tape to stick to the wax?
Well, the paint doesn't stick to the wax; it'll release. How do you get the paint not to beat up?
How do you get the tape to stick to the wax in the mold?
It's sticky enough for what you need.
Okay.
Hey, Sparky.
Yeah.
I do think the tape will stick to the wax. Now, if you use a chemical release, one of the tests they do to see if they've got enough chemical release on the mold, they do the tape test. And that chemical release I gave you, once you coat that plug, that tank thing, take a piece of tape and try to stick it to the mold, and it won't stick.
That's okay. Good.
Yeah, that's
it will,
using the semi-permanent. Yes.
Yes, but if you just do the wax like Tryon, you can get the tape to stick to it.
Yes. Yep. It is.
Oh.
and you can just paint it whatever color you want to have. But you have to paint it in opposite direction, obviously. You know, you start with the
Obviously.
stripes and you start with that and the base coat, and then when you make the part, you pull it out of the mold, it's done.
Obviously, it can be done because they're doing it. You know.
Yes.
Yeah.
And look at the big gliders that they make, like the 4-meter gliders, the performance gliders. They're absolutely beautiful. The paint job is perfect, and it's just it's another way of doing it. I mean, it's just like, yeah, I think if you good, the best place if you want to make light parts and they are stiff enough and have nice performance, look at the way gliders are being built, the RC gliders. That's what I'm talking about, right? If you look at that technology and you learn about it, then you're going to figure out what you can do and what you cannot do if you want to make something light.
A couple of years ago, after the Nats on the L pad, we went over there. I think it's Sparky, John and I, or Sparky and a friend of mine. We went over there where they're doing the gliders.
Yeah.
My sole purpose of going over there wasn't to fly gliders. I was over there to pick their brains on how they did that, and they were pretty open on their methods. There's a lot of spread toe, toe, and unidirectional like you got.
Yep. Yep. Yeah, they either use some text stream, some kind of text stream, which is like a spread toe. It's like a cloth, right? But the instead of having those fine threads weaving the cloth, you have threads that are like 1 inch wide. So look like those square things. They look like a square, right? They either use that or use the unidirectional spread toe, which is one sheet in one direction and the other sheet in the other direction. And they're bound together by some kind of a binder. And they put them together. And you can get that in different weights. I mean, it's like you can go down to about 17 grams per square meter and all the way up to, I think you break off at about 40 grams per square meter where you go in the 3 layers spread though, which is like plus minus 45 degrees and 1 layer in this direction. So that's where they get when you go to the heavier weave. So yeah, on this one, for example, that's 40 grams on the outside.
Yeah.
And on the inside, I have either the raw cell with the fiberglass, or I have the 200 grams cloth carbon fiber on the inside, which has the hoop strength, right?
Why do you think they use these stubby little spars sticking out of the fuse to attach the wing to? Why don't you think the stunners use a carbon tube?
Yeah, why? That's a good question.
You can use it. You can use a carbon tube. It's nothing wrong with it. But I would not drill to put a bell crank through it. I just put the bell crank on the side, on top of it, or bottom, or wherever suits your needs.
That's the problem we ran into when we're looking at carbon tubes for take-apart airplanes is the position of the bell crank. Now, one thing you can do is put smaller tubes fore and after where the bell crank would be. 2 smaller tubes, well, like an anti-rotation, but a little bit larger than a normal anti-rotation pin, so it still has some strength. And another one closer to the leading edge, and the bell crank would be between them. Then you get your lead out clearance. There's nothing wrong with that.
Yeah, you can go top and bottom, but you don't even need that. Honestly, you don't even need that. I mean, it's just like a tube. It's overkill at the size.
You can also use a blade. You know, a lot of people have used blades in the past, and those you can, if you do it correctly, you can cut out for the bell crank and have the bell crank go through the blade.
Yeah, 1 inch, Howard.
What you got, Howard?
A tapered carbon tube.
1 inch.
I forget. Looks like 1.5 inches there and 3/4 at the tip.
You're making
street fight, guys. We're making those tubes over a pool cue.
Oh, this is made out of aluminum pool cue. It's pre-preg 350 degree stuff.
Yeah.
What you going to use that for?
Well,
you got to make a clarinet?
No, I was making combat planes with it. This is a spar for a combat plane with an integral fuel bladder tube.
Wow.
It was too rigid. It hit the ground and it disintegrated.
Hey, Howard, you would have liked this carbon plate that had Kevlar in it. They were using it on
Oh.
skid pans. They were using it on skid pans on NASCAR or something, you know, where, you know, bottom out.
Oh, yeah.
And, I thought of you when I was trying to cut this stuff. And I thought, you know, it would have been good on Howard's combat planes he was making. Almost indestructible.
Yeah, but
I'm not going to have to head off, but really interesting discussions, and I thank you, Tryon, for everything. And Danny, I'm going to call you sometime this week. I got a whole bunch of questions, and maybe we could brainstorm some stuff.
yeah, get Robbie in.
Robbie's he's anxious to do this, you know, and he's got because he works in carbon all day long. So,
How do you like this?
Yeah, that's nice.
yeah,
Is that a wing?
Yeah.
I'll see you guys.
Okay, Bob. See ya.
Good night,
Okay,
Bob.
Bob.
See you,
Bye.
Bob.
So that's a wing with
Yep.
flaps. Okay, we got an interesting question from Brent Williams. He says, what motivation is there to do composite airframe development for the USA stunt market if a developer can't have a return on investment? Dance around the builder
Good
a
question.
model with carbon airplane wings, tails, etc.
It's called insanity.
Because you can. That's why.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's a good question.
Bob Hunt, we were talking about a carbon bell crank with a fork. We were going through this scenario, or I was. And Bob said, is it worth it? And I was taken aback by that question. Is it worth it? I'm thinking, well, there's nothing in this hobby is worth it. It's all a rabbit hole with a money pit. I mean, come on.
For sure. For a trophy. For a
Yeah.
Does it have to be worth it?
You know, so I guess my goal would be, and I told the people at the composite shop, if I break even on this deal, I'll be tickled to death if I just get a free airplane out of it. But it'd be nice to set an airplane down there, all composite, and say, tell Orestes or Fitzgerald or Walker, say, come over here and fly this thing. And for, you know, say, and have them say, yeah, this thing is competitive, you know. So I don't know. It's just a money pit, Brett. You know that.
Yeah.
Yeah. Both Orestes flew my plane, Fitzgerald flew it, Joe flew it.
Matt's flown it.
Yep. Everybody liked it.
Richard Oliver liked it a lot.
Yeah. He said he flew it, he turns around towards me and said, do not change a thing. That was his quote. Orestes flew it, and I said, what do you think about it? He said, Tryon, with this thing you can beat anybody. That was his comment.
Yeah. So that's worth its weight in gold. But you know,
yeah.
Brent's question is basically Bob Hunt's advice to me was forget about the whole airplane. Make components, make a landing gear, bell crank, or whatever. And then I thought, you know what, the best thing, the next step is to make a fuselage. You know, Joe Daly and I, or not Joe, but Joe Gilbert and I were sitting under a tent 2 years ago. And we were talking about it, scale airplanes. Joe loves scale airplanes. The P-47 of Billy's, you know.
Oh, yes.
And I said, Joe, if I came out here with a really light, rigid fuselage, it's a P-47 of Billy's airplane. And you said, I'll give you $500 for it.
I'm in.
So basically, you know, if somebody would buy the fuselage and then buy cradles and build the wing, and you know, you could still make a lot of composite parts and still have the build of the model rule, you know.
P-47 is a great plane for that because it has straightish lines in it.
Yeah.
I mean, it's like looks like a cigar kind of thing, right?
Yeah.
So that's very very suitable for a for the sandwich construction with a foam fiberglass
Yeah.
foam fiberglass. You know, you can easily make that,
Yeah.
especially with male female components, um, and maybe you can combine that with a little bit of rubber molding on the corners that have big turns, right? So you
Right.
put 200 grams of per square yard over there, but the rest is just a layer of yeah. Maybe you do carbon on the outside, whatever you want to do. You know, it's a mold, right? You can put anything in it.
Hey,
You can do
Triumph,
three
if you knew
quarter.
about the rubber molding, why did you ask me what I was doing with the foam or with the silicone?
I don't remember that.
I'll show you.
Hmm.
Hey, while
Yeah,
Sparky's
basically,
getting that, I noticed that caffeine was kind of in and out. Are you there, caffeine? What you up to? There he is. You're muted.
Hi.
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 Yeah, I'm just I'm just doing my I'm just building this.
Oh, you're building. All right.
Yeah,
What's that?
What is it?
it's actually from Pat's plan 502 stiletto, but I modified the fuselage to look like the 660.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
are you building that on a tube?
Yeah,
What's
show
that?
us the build again.
Yeah, let's see that
Oh,
wing.
Yeah. On
Looks
rods?
like he's got a rod. Yeah, the rod's in there. Yeah,
rod.
that's cool. Yeah. Yeah, that'll give you a good straight wing.
Yeah.
It's looking good, Cafe.
Yep. Thank you, guys. Yeah, I really take time on building this. So
Yeah.
I'm not. Everything has to be straight and perfect. So well, it's not. It's not. It's not. It's still not that perfect, but it is better than my previous build, obviously.
Yeah. Nice.
What do you
You've
mean take
been-
your time? Hurry up.
Hey,
Take your
Gary,
time, hurry
make
up.
me pick, Gary,
Okay.
Well,
so Doran can see. This is
I
my
had the plug inside to push the material outside. Yeah, that's okay. Yeah, that's normal.
yeah.
Yeah, you put your material in there, the plug in, and you pressure it, and then you're done.
Yep.
Look at the inflation bladder techniques.
Yeah, I don't want to mess with it. This is just a vacuum bag and I'm done.
No, okay.
I gotta go.
What is that blue stuff?
It's Mold Max silicone 30.
Yeah. Yeah. Uh-huh.
The inflation bladders work out good when you only have one end of the open mold.
Well,
Where you
if it's a perk, you have a canopy somewhere, so you can use that for the open area.
yeah.
But that'll make it nice and even, all the way around.
Yeah.
I did the wing like that and it turned out good.
Spark, if you want to make it light, what you do, you put the epoxy in there, and then put some paper towels on top of it and vacuum bag it for about 30 seconds. It's gonna take all the excess resin. Then you put your plug in there and just push it in real hard.
Oh.
Yeah.
Yeah, that'll work.
I mean, if you want light.
As long as the resin's not too tacky. If it's still pretty.
You need a laminating resin, obviously. Yeah, something that's normal, like low viscosity.
Have you ever used vacuum infusion resin for a hand layup?
No.
It's got a viscosity.
I was looking into it, yes.
It's got a
some of it is very
viscosity.
low viscosity, and you can actually use it normally without infusing it.
It's about 500 or 600 centipoise, which water is one. So a West system's probably what, 1,500, 2,000 viscosity centipoise. So it's pretty resin infusion is pretty dang thin, so I think it'd be good on a hand layup.
Yes, yeah, absolutely. I think it's very nice. And actually, if you have working time, let's say about an hour working time on the resin, and I would use a roller,
Yeah.
like a paint roller to spread it out, and you're gonna get a nice lightweight part. And you put paper towels on top of it, vacuum bag it for about 30 seconds. All the excess resin is gonna go in the paper towels. Believe me, you're gonna have plenty of resin in there to give you the nice finish and all that stuff, right? And then put your rubber plug in there and just compress it, whatever you want to do with it.
Yeah.
You're good to go.
One of the things, you ever heard of Kevin Matney? He makes these composite pylon racers. Matney models. That's all he does, pretty much these pylon racers. I called him today, and I was watching him make a video where he did the vacuum bag and the fiberglass, the carbon, the peel ply, and the whole thing. He was doing a wing for a Quickie 500. It's like the racers that have the square fuselage. They're not the real sleek ones. So anyway, he said, how much do you think that balsa wood in that layup cost? I said, oh, 40, 50 bucks. He said it was $40. So that'd be double that for the other half. So you got $80 in balsa wood just in the wing skins. And I bet you this is cheaper than the $80. And that's the other reason I was looking into it. Now, balsa wood has properties that maybe foam doesn't, but
yeah. You might want to try, if you really want to be inexpensive, try the blue foam, the 60, the 60 pounds per square inch. The one it's in Home Depot is like 40 or 30 or something like that. But try the 60 and cut that in sheets with a hot wire, like a 1.5 millimeters thickness, a 1/16 of an inch, right?
Yeah.
Cut yourself sheets like that, and those are great for your purpose. Don't try to put CA in it after that. That's the only caveat. And they work great, and they actually work great.
That pergola underlayment, Dan, is like that. You got to peel off the gold off both sides, because Tim Stagg is making airplanes out of pergola, and they're nice.
Okay.
They're light too.
Is he the one that told you about it?
Yeah.
Okay. I met
Aren't
him
they
at
nice,
the
Joe?
Yes.
Yep, they're nice. And they're light. I mean, they're not ultra light like his airplanes in the 60-ounce range, but they're nice. Not
You know how to get
what?
You know how to get the balsa prices down?
Stop buying it.
That's right.
Get yourself a sheet of foam and hot wire to 1.5 millimeters, or 1/8 of an inch, 1/16 of an inch. And that's going to fold. It's going to go around the corners nicely, and it's going to hold whatever shape you need to for the finished product. It's very, very good.
What I'm saying, Doran, is that pergola underlayment is that foam without having to cut it. It's already that thick.
Yeah, I think he's right. But you know what, Tryon, basically the method where I have the male and female on the glass on each one, let it cure with the pour foam, basically it gets rid of the vacuum bag.
Yeah. With that being said, even with your technique, I'd still just lay up the material, vacuum bag with the paper towels on top of it to take the excess resin out. Then you pour it, your foam material, whatever, and you just close it.
Right.
Right? Yeah. That's what I would do. If you don't do that, you're gonna have a heavy part. I'll tell you right now.
Well, hey, you sound like Sparky now.
I'm sorry about that. I don't mean to sound like that.
Probably tried it.
Another way you can do that is to, I guess you could use saran wrap. I used Mylar, not Mylar, Teflon. Get a sheet of film, put down the carbon or glass, and then pour out on it the weight of epoxy you want for the appropriate ratio of carbon to epoxy. And carbon that's like half and half, that's a little on the generous side on the epoxy. But then put another sheet of film there, then roll it to spread out the epoxy uniformly on the carbon, peel it apart and put that in the mold, and you've got essentially pre-preg the right ratio.
Except it's nasty, it's sticky, it's wet. Pre-preg is dry.
Hey, Howard.
Well, old pre-preg is dry.
Hey, Howard.
Yeah.
There's a YouTube channel called Algae Composites, ALGIE. And the guy's making homemade pre-preg. And he's using a resin system, HTR 350 with the slowest curing agent you can get to it. And it stays gooey all day. It won't cure unless you get some heat to it. And then he takes it and he lays it out and wets it out on a piece of plastic, which is textured like pre-preg backing. So he's making his own pre-preg, puts some plastic over it, and then he throws it in the refrigerator. It's good for a month or two. But he said, instead of $180 a yard for tooling pre-preg, he's making it for about $35 a yard. So it's a really viable option. I mean, because the stuff stays wet so long, you got so much time to lay it up. And then it starts to kick off once you put the heat to it in the vacuum bag. But it's an interesting channel.
Cool. Thank you.
Well, guys, I'm going to bed. Nice talking. We'll see you next time.
I think me too.
Good night, Sparky.
See ya.
Sweet dreams.
Okay.
Yeah.
I'll tell you a funny story since Sparky's off here. He got tired. He flew all day. And he said, I'm not going to make the hangout. So he goes back to the hotel room. And he sits there. He's so tired, he's in pain. And I said, get up. I'll sit in the chair. I'll talk to these guys for an hour or so. So anyway.
That was Monday, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
So anyway, he's over there on the bed asleep. So finally I get off the hangouts, and then about 6 o'clock in the morning, I start making noise, He was so tired, he went to bed with his clothes on.
Yeah.
So he woke up at 6 in the morning and he's like out of it. He's looking at his phone. He said, oh my God, it's 6 o'clock. Why did you let me sleep so long?
Yeah, he had to be out. He had to be out to the pad at 7.
Yeah, 7. So anyway, he jumps out of bed and he jumps into his boots and he stands up and he goes, okay, I'm ready to go.
Oh my.
But he cracked me up. He'd go 100%, and then all of a sudden, lights out. Just like all of us, I guess. But
yeah. Energizer Bunny, man, you go to you fall over.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's a long week. After that.
I have a new battery pack I want to share with you guys. Do you want to see it?
Yeah.
I see an orange juice jar and kitchen cabinet.
Yeah.
Refrigerator, microwave.
Hey, Joe, real quick. I picked up Cha-Cha. I call it Nightmare on Elm Street.
That's where we were.
And what's that? A battery?
So I was tired of those. I had a couple of times when I had some major failures with those Thunder Power batteries that are like $80 a pack right now. The 2800 milliamps 6S. And
so those are lipos, right?
Yes.
Okay, and that's a lithium ion?
Yes.
Okay.
Yep. And I bought this it was called the 16850 or something like that, cells. that are 2800 milliamps as they're ready for 30 amps maximum.
So that's
Uh,
four cells?
It's a six.
Oh, 6 cells.
Yeah.
So
So I make
being
this,
like,
this. Go ahead.
being little brick like that, it's easier to slide back and forth, isn't it?
So many advantages of that. They're all the same size, right? All of the other ones, the lipos, were some big, some small.
Yeah.
They are all kind of different sizes. They're not that consistent. But if you use, if you use these guys, they're all the same size. So when I make my nose and I put or I make another set of batteries or whatever, it's going to be the same. So that's a huge advantage, right? And because I'm oversizing my motors on my planes, that means I use a low amperage, and this work great with them.
So
And a 6S like this, material wise, what cost me was that like about $4 a cell. That's $24 for the for the batteries themselves, and then when you add the leads and stuff like that, you're just about $28 altogether.
That's a little cheaper, yeah.
A little bit cheaper than the $80 battery packs right now.
Bargain.
Yeah.
Don't got to worry about storage as much. Just put them up, fill them up, put them up. However you store them, it doesn't matter. They don't care. They tell me.
Exactly. Yes,
They
you can
don't care.
abuse them. You can abuse the shit out of them, and they don't care
They don't care.
at all. So they're much more resilient, and they last longer. So here we go. I made a battery pack like that. So I discovered that speed flux, which is basically phosphoric acid and some denatured alcohol, on the 50/50, and if you use that to solder the heads, like it works beautiful. And I have copper plates in between my batteries, connecting the batteries. They are not spot welded either.
So
So
those are all the advantages. What are the disadvantages of a lithium?
I don't see any.
Okay.
I don't
I
see
don't
any.
think there is.
Orestes uses them in his plane. They don't sag. They don't do anything. It's like you can even overcharge them. I think he overcharges them to 4.25 volts or something like that, or something like that, and they're fine. I was asking, hey, how do you store them? Do you take care of them and stuff like that? Said, I don't care. so so you can brutalize it. It's much more user friendly. The size is consistent and everything, and they're lighter too. They're much lighter. Yeah. This battery pack right now, I don't know how much it weighs. I think the Thunder Powers weigh about 360 grams. This one is 290 or something like that.
Will you be able to get that pack in your nose of your airplane that the lipos were in? Will that fit in your?
I had to redesign because they are different size, right? So, but right now it's no problem. They slide in there just fine, and I made like a little tab so I can reach inside and just I can grab the and just pull them out.
Oh, that's what that's for. Okay.
That's his handle.
Yeah.
The handle, yeah.
Yeah, so it's just tape going around. That's it.
Yeah, that's a pretty good deal.
So yeah, it's an investment initially, right? You're looking at a little investment over there, because you're gonna have to buy all the materials and they're all separate, right? So with $10 here, $10 there, $10 there, they're gonna add up. But overall, to make a battery pack like this, I mean, it was pretty quick. I think the longest it took me to make the battery pack is just to actually accurately glue them together.
What's the disadvantages or the advantages of spot welding versus soldering?
Current travels much better through a soldered connection.
Okay.
And that's, you don't like the amperage that you're pulling, even at low amperage. My plane pulls about 16 amps average, which means it's gonna go up and down from there.
Right.
but other than that, they work fine. The caveat, the disadvantage of them, I think, is that you want to use the high voltage. If you want to run a 4S system, I don't think they're as suitable as a 6S system. Higher voltage, the higher the voltage, the better, the happier they are. I mean, your plane is going to be happier with the higher voltage. I tried the 4S in my Vector, and I don't know, something is wrong. It's sagging. It's not holding the power. It's not driving the plane. And I don't know if it's the battery or if it's the something else. Maybe the ESC is overloading and the throttle's down to maintain this, to save its ass, right? I don't know what's the deal over there. So it's something wanky going on. So yeah, I tried the 4S for the Vector and it's not happy with it. And in the Vector, I have an Axie 28, the same Axie that was in the, was it 2835, 2836 or something like that?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I got a question. Joe Gilbert, talking about electrics. That guy was flying electrics and he couldn't keep all his motors running on a Connie. Can he fly electrics and with the same advantage?
Yes. Yes, I think so. Electrics is the way to go. They call it throttle. You got a throttle, and you're throttling electric technically also. But the electrics are way more dependable than gas engines, of course.
Okay,
I think
so
that
you
The
know,
linkages, just to get the linkage right on an airplane like that's incredible, I think.
It takes a lot of the sport out of it.
Yeah, it does.
Paul Walker's first couple B-17s had OS 40 FPs on OS 15 FPs on them.
Yeah.
And that was kind of interesting to get them all started and have them stop within 7 minutes. But
Oh boy.
with electric, it's like shooting fish in a barrel. It's just not fair. He has a new B-17. That's another reason to go to the Golden State Champ. He's going to fly his B-17 there.
All right.
hey Howard, have you seen it fly yet?
No.
Okay.
I've seen a video of it on Facebook.
Yep.
The new one?
Yep.
I think it's the electric, the new one.
Yeah. He says
For the throttles, when you're throttling it, you got to be able to idle it and land. But once you land, you got to say flight complete. You got to be able to kill the engines. So you got to set it so you can pull the center wire separate to overload it, but the handle won't pull it. So you got to make that wire a little short and get all the linkages. The way Eddie talks, he builds there's a board in the middle that's got all 4 engines and motor mounts and belt cranks in it. And all that's got to be tuned up perfect before you build the airplane around it. Because once you build that airplane, all that belt cranks, you're not getting to it anymore. It's over.
Yeah.
To make that work off one handle and one thing and properly, there's a pipe smoker involved in that somewhere along the line, man.
This is for the gas engines?
Yes.
Yeah. Oh, wow.
With the old J. Roberts handle,
That'd be challenging.
That big old 12-pound airplane, when you give it gas, it just don't shoot out of the corner like a stunt ship. You got to plan ahead a little.
So right now you can get around all of that, Joe.
Yeah, with the electric engines.
With electric, and in addition to that, you can even cheat even more. You can just use the flight lines, just the up and down, and do everything electronic.
That's what they're doing.
Yeah.
RC
You can
radio
drop
on their lap,
flaps, whatever you want to
They
do.
fly the airplane and take off, pull the flaps up, pull the gear up, throttle it where they want it, put the flaps down, put the gear down, run the throttle, do their touch and go.
That's no fair.
Yeah, there's even a handle now
There is.
that they're advertising.
That's right. The electrics I won't say it's easier, but it's easier.
Yeah, it
Much
is
easier. It's just a a baby can do electric. That's why I switched to electric myself. I mean, it's just so consistent. So you just go out and you have 5 flights. You have 5 good flights, and you can learn from every flight, and nothing to worry about.
You still
Yep.
got to call somebody 7,000 miles away to get what you want to make it work good, Dan.
Yep.
Yep.
Oh,
You know
I'll
what
tell
I
you
would love
what,
to do? You know what I would love to
brother.
do? I would like to go and fly some more, but I hate flying by myself.
Yeah,
I want to have more people, have like a group and go out and fly with a group, and it's so hard.
yeah,
Um,
yeah.
If you want to get better, you got to have a coach, dude.
Yes, that's
You
absolutely right.
do.
Yeah.
Yep.
The only thing, it's Tom is near me, Doc Patterson is near me, and
Oh, he can tell you how to play stunt.
yeah, I
Yeah,
did some
Doug
coaching with him
Patterson can
before the
tell you.
World Championship. Yes, and actually, we are planning to go and fly together pretty soon. So, but it's so hard. I mean, it's just I would love to have some more people to go fly with around here.
That's part of
Yeah, wouldn't we all?
Yeah.
that's part of the gnats that Bob's missing. People enjoy the company and the camaraderie.
Oh,
Yeah. Yeah.
Absolutely.
It's a big deal. It's a big
My
deal.
God, you remember the time when Wendy was there, the shenanigans they were going for, and the crazy stuff they used to do. Oh my God, we had the English coming from Great Britain, and they were sitting at the Ramada where the Wendy was, and one day they took the ice out of the ice cooler over there that was over there, and they waited for them to go underneath the bridge, right? And they poured the ice on top of it. They were nuts. I mean, it's like,
A lot of good people out there.
Yeah,
Yeah.
wish Bob Hunt was still here. He's got a lot of stories.
Oh yeah.
oh yeah.
Well, it's been
I
a
went to
good
the
evening.
Nats. I went to the Nats. All I did is take pictures and eat ice cream, and I had a blast.
Oh man, you took some good pictures too, boy.
Yes, you did.
You did.
Hey,
Yeah.
Joe, did you
Yes.
see that picture I put it up online? You got that sort of pinkish purple shirt. And
Oh,
you
that's
got,
Tim. That's Tim Staggs, the one I was carrying.
but that shirt matched that airplane perfect. The
I did
colors.
not. That wasn't planned. That was just luck. That was Tim Stagg. The guy was
Yeah.
talking Parky
Yeah.
talking about.
Yeah.
I toadied for him all week. He got first time rookie of the year, man. I was proud of him.
Yep.
Yeah.
That was cool.
Mm-hmm.
He's saying, well, he ain't got anybody to fly with to speak of up there, close to coach with.
Where did Mark Wise go?
To bed, I imagine.
I probably, yeah.
Hey, as soon as I started talking about composites, he bailed. Hey,
That's all right.
He's gonna do okay. He'll get all that figured out properly,
Yeah, we'll figure out the scheduling and make it work.
It is what it is. And I get what he's saying about when that many people come and you only 16 of your 18 fly one round, the top 10 flies the second. It's
Yeah.
nice to have that traditional contest where you 2 flights, best score wins.
Yeah.
That's the way it needs to be, but it can't always be like that.
I've never seen a Nats yet that didn't finish with winners and losers. That they always work out.
If you're a national champion, you'll be able to fly twice well,
Yeah. I was happy to see Doug Moon and Joe Daly make it to the top 5.
Yeah, I predicted who was going to be in the top 5, and sure enough, that's who was there.
Me too. I picked him. I didn't know who'd win, but I got the right 5.
Yeah.
Okay.
Got the right 5. And I don't have a pencil. I don't know who's flying the best, but you can stand back and see stuff that who's performing,
I call it locked in. If you watch the flights, you're not judging numbers, but you can just tell by watching them who's locked in.
Yep.
Yeah.
And things change a little bit during the week, somebody has an off day a little bit.
But we missed you, Howard. We were looking for you this year and you never showed up.
Yeah,
Yeah, yeah, it would have been embarrassing.
I don't think. I don't think.
I doubt that.
doubt it.
I doubt it too.
Doubt it.
I'm getting better though.
It was a great Nats. I just think everything from my perspective, it was awesome.
Yeah, it sounds.
Judging was good. Everything went well. I don't know. There must have been some hiccups somewhere, but everybody covered them up well. I feel like if there were.
Yeah, there weren't too many that I was aware of.
I don't know of any. The tabulating went good.
Oh yeah,
The girls
did great.
is all good. John,
They put a few points, extra points for you there, right?
for me,
Yeah, that's why the tabulator went good.
No, they didn't.
if you just look at the score sheets, everything, the judges they were awesome. I thought all my score sheets, everybody tracked well.
Oh, that's good. Yeah, we worked hard on that.
Good training.
Every
It was.
morning.
When
Every
somebody
morning.
saw a 30, somebody saw a 31, somebody saw a 29.
Yeah.
There wasn't any 22s and 32s out there, you know.
No, we were pretty tight.
They did a good job.
Even during the first practice flights, that first day before the qualifications, we were tight.
Yep.
It was great.
Well, when at the Worlds, we were throwing up the flights, cha-cha film stuff at the Worlds. We'd go back to the house at night and throw them on the TV and watch them. And I said, I can't tell you FAY-wise. We can talk. This is what I'd have scored it. And he had a good eye then. You know, Cha-Cha's got it figured out pretty darn good, I think.
Yeah.
He's got a good eye.
Yeah, I think all the judges were pretty darn close.
I agree. I agree. I have no doubt. When they said who won, it's all good for me, dude.
Yeah, we got it right.
I'm sure of it. No question. Well,
Hey,
Howard,
Joe?
good to see you.
Hey, Joe. How did your rubber band things do back at the camp?
We had a good time. That was Thursday night. We built a bunch of Delta darts and chunked them, and Tim Stagg had some big wind-up models and flew, and Ronnie Thompson come and shot a Nelson 19 like a rocket straight up. It was cool. That little, that boy knows how to do stuff. That Ronnie Thompson does. He can build them free flight airplanes.
Oh,
It's
yeah.
impressive to watch it go for 4 seconds and then it just, man, it's like he shot it out with a gun. It goes so fast. It was
How about
fun.
that?
We're going to do a Thursday night from now on. Thursday evening is going to be bring your rubber band or something to cool to play with and just get together and have fun, you know. Lonky, he had a 23-second Delta Dart and I had a 19.78. So he was bragging, he beat Joe Gilbert. He beat
All right.
it was fun. It was a great evening. Good evening.
Oh man.
Yeah, that's good.
That's, you know, the Nats is to go to, I get it, but there's more to it than, there's only one winner and there's only 5 or 6 can get, or 8 that can get to the top 5.
Yeah.
The rest of us are just there to compare our skills and enjoy company, you know.
We all had fun though.
I did. I had a good time. Oh my gosh, yes. I had a good time.
So
All right.
from Elm Street to the flying site, from where you're at, Joe, how many minutes did it take you to
I
get
think
to the-
11 or 12.
That's pretty
That's
close.
not bad.
It's pretty close.
If you go back to the same place, Joe, they'll probably have a road there.
But
They'll probably have it paved.
they're doing all kind of construction. If you just left our house and went up to Elm Street Cafe thing and turned right or left and go 2 blocks and turn right and go to Second Stoplight and cut across, that cut across road went down a river. There's a river runs down through there.
Yeah, yeah.
Cut a catty corner across there, and Easy peasy.
You should have heard Cha Cha explain to me. He was imitating Bob Hunt when he was trying to find that place.
Oh
I
my!
laughed
I bet that was good.
with Cha Cha's accent. He was imitating Bob while he's driving. He said, this is crazy. Cha Cha, this is crazy in here. You sure this place is all right?
He was nervous over it. I wasn't that nervous. It's just poor people. Heck, I was poor. I'm poor too.
So Cha Cha says, yeah, I tell Joe Gilbert I'm a black belt in karate. He said, I don't worry about that. He said, we have guns here.
Oh man.
That's a true fact.
He was laughing.
All right. I think I got to go to bed.
I do too. It's been a good evening. Good evening,
Yeah.
y'all. Enjoyed it.
All
I
right.
better get off here too. Nice talking to you guys.
Yeah,
right.
good.
Good time.
Yeah.
Hey guys, good night.
All right.
Good night.
Good night. Fair winds and tight lines.
Behave.
Okay.